Underway at the Senior Girls 300 metre hurdle finals. In lane 1 is Grace Bannon from Prominent Girls College. In lane 2, Karen Gordon, Cashmere High School. Lane 3, Jetta McKenzie from Queen's College. In lane 4, Jamie Felt from Hamilton Girls High School. Lane 5, Indian Nash from St Mary's College. In lane 6, Taylor Trout from Palmy Girls. In lane 7, Gemma Smith from King's College. And in lane 8, Lulu O'Sullivan from Christchurch Girls High. Looks like Gemma Smith from King's College and Taylor Trout from Palmy Girls are out to a good lead there.
No mai hauka mai, and welcome back to Hiratanga Hastings for the 52nd edition of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Track and Field Championships, and we have just witnessed the girls 300 metre senior hurdles final, also up to the last round of the long jump competition. Ko Mark Rosanoski aho, alongside me is Brianna Stevenson, New Zealand heptathlete champion, successful coach this morning as well, javelin, and Kai Short has also joined us. Kai.
Kia ora Mark, kia ora Brianna.
Kia ora.
And an interesting situation with the track, Brianna, because they were running significantly behind. They effectively skipped lunch, and the senior girls 300 metre hurdle actually went ahead of time.
Yes, so unfortunately we haven't been able to bring that to you, but it was a great race. Our winner Taylor Trow from Palmerston North Girls High with a time of 44.28. Second, Gemma Smith from King's College with 44.93, and third, Jamie Fell, a very busy day for Jamie, from Hamilton Girls High, 46.42. So Jamie got silver in the 100 metre hurdles. We've just seen her in the 300 metre hurdles, and I'm sure she'll be dashing back to the long jump to try and hold her current leading position there.
Yes, indeed, to add to a triple jump title, and Taylor Trow also involved in that long jump. And next up we have the senior boys 300 metre hurdles, and Brianna, James McGregor in lane 1, Dylan Jackson 2, Lord Crera in 3, Connor Brady in 4, Ty Gonzalez in 5, Rianko Haggard in 6, Harry Williamson in 7, and Asher Robertson in 8. So some faces we saw this morning over the shorter hurdles.
Yes, a lot of these younger athletes do tend to do the hurdles double, so some very impressive times coming out of the pretty much across the field, to be honest, but highlighting Rianko Haggard from Howard College in lane 6 with a personal best of 37.57, and a few other athletes there as well who have gone sub 40. Connor Brady on your screen there from Takapuna Grammar School, who is a very accomplished decathlete.
Out in lane 6 there, Rianko Haggard as mentioned. We'll be looking at him early. Harry Williamson out in lane 7. And Asher Robertson in 8, as they take to their blocks for the senior boys 300 metre hurdle final, 5th and final session of these championships. And we are underway, and early Harry Williamson making up good ground on Asher Robertson to the outside, and also Rianko Haggard is coming up quickly on the inside of them and making up that stagger as they get clear of Ty Gonzalez and Connor Brady coming up to the home bend. And it is our Howard College runner Rienko Haggard with a handy lead. Asher Robertson and Harry Williamson fighting out second and third. Ty Gonzalez and Connor Brady looking to close down on them and see if they make any mistakes ahead, but they haven't. Last flight cleared, and a comfortable win for Rienko Haggard over Asher Robertson and Harry Williamson. Ty Gonzalez, Connor Brady, Lloyd Crerar, Dylan Jackson, James McGregor. Congratulations to all the finalists, but the winner, very impressive.
Very impressive run from Rienko there. Beautiful rhythm over the hurdle. A few studded steps there, but nonetheless a personal best of 37 flat, which is almost a whole second faster than last year's winner. And I believe this is his first year in seniors, so we will see him again next year. Confirmation of Asher coming second. Another medal to add to his tally with 38.08. And then third place, Harry Williamson, 38.85.
And 3 bronze, a silver and a gold without clicking and refreshing on Asher Robertson. I hope my memory is treating me well there. Here's Hannah Hickson about to jump. Now over at the long jump, after 5 rounds, Jamie Fell, who we've just seen in the 300 metre hurdles, leads 5:52. Zahara Slater has just leapt up into second ahead of Taylor Trower, and this is Hannah Hickson in fourth.
White flag for Hannah there. Hannah currently sitting in fourth with 5:37, so she'll be looking for a few extra centimetres to climb the ranks. Juliet McKinlay there on the runway, currently sitting in sixth with 5:30. Juliet, as well as being an incredible heptathlete, is a very strong long jumper, the personal best of 5:60, so she will be looking for a little bit more here in this final round.
So very close at the top, 5:52 leading.
Looks like Hannah has jumped up into second there with a jump of 5:46, so a bit of movement in this final round of the senior girls long jump.
Considerable movement, as we've had in many of the field events to date.
A white flag there for Juliet.
Ka pai ki te titiro au ki tēnei o ngā kemu, which is known as the Discus, ara ko te kaipanga poro āwhio, and currently number 1 being Adam Lease at 55.36. Number 2 being David Mora at 51.10, beating his personal record by 2 metres. And then we also have, we have Austin taking our second spot now, being at 51.83. This is a huge throw there. PR being down at 33.54, now at 51.83.
Jodie McCarthy Dempsey with her final jump, and unfortunately the toe creeping over the board. Haki Whero.
Ai rua te kaumatahi ngā kaiwhakataitai. 21 athletes are going to be competing in the boys discus seniors 1.5 kg. Tēnei wā kaurua atu a Fahan Tyrone Washington Ali from Fiji, Laukala Bay.
So the discus competition we will look to shortly off the back of this long jump competition.
Jamie Fowle just running through on that one. Run up was not quite right, but I believe that will be a gold medal for Jamie in the senior girls long jump as well, to add to her tally of medals.
Triple jump champion from yesterday. Third in that 300 metre hurdles, second in the 100 metre hurdles this morning. Congratulations to all of the participants there as we wrap up another of the field events.
Our final round, we had a lot of movement there. So as we said, Jamie fell in that gold medal position. Hannah Hickson jumping up to silver with her final jump of 5:46. And then Juliet McKinlay, as I mentioned, very good heptathlete and long jumper, has done it on her final round jump with 5:44 to go up into third position.
Ahead of Zahara Slatter, Taylor Trow, Jodie McCarthy Dempsey, Lauren Barrett Hamilton and Casey McCulley, the 8 finalists there. Congratulations to you all.
Ko hoki atu ki te poro āwhio. Going back to our discus, Fahan from Fiji did 49.56 metres, putting him currently at 6th. Ngari tēnei wā ka haramai a Jura Sekia from Mount Albert Grammar School.
Just on the track at the moment, we have junior finals in the girls and boys 1500 metres. The girls in action at the moment, boys off the back of them, and then our next senior focus will be on the 200 metre finals for the senior boys and senior girls upcoming. And now with lunch break being skipped out on the track, they should be on time at 1:05.
Looks like we've had a personal best there for Jurai Ezekiel from Mount Albert Grammar School in the senior boys discus, 55:44, which puts him up into first position.
Boy, just barely in front of Adam Lease as well. Beautiful PR. We've been seeing that a lot this weekend. We could definitely say our athletes are putting their all i tēnei weekender, putting their all into it this weekend.
In the field, we also expect to see the senior boys triple jump starting very soon as well. So a lot of action this afternoon in Heretaunga, Hastings at the Mitre Park.
In the discus, we'll be looking forward to seeing Mania Christensen from Rotorua Boys High School after his impressive victory in the shot put yesterday, with a put beyond 19 metres.
Aye.
In fact, let's make that exact 19 metres 36.
36. Wow. Ka whai koe tēnei kei te wāhi poro āwhio. We have Sione Halaifonua from St. Peter's College. He haki mā means we are in the clear for now. Ka kite he hatona tawhiti. What is the distance? Ki oki nei whakaro, Mark. I think tēnei weekender, I think that I definitely like our throwing sports. Definitely, maybe you could say it was Kirsten inspiring me a bit. So every time it was a throwing sport, shot put, javelin, now discus. Koe tērā e tino hia ana, so poro āwhio, tau, and of course, where's our... I've yet to see the hammer throw though, so we'll see how I would have liked to see that. Engari tēnei wā, Sione getting a 40 metres 81.
Kia pā, yes, you're feeling the buzz, feeling the adrenaline, want to get yourself in a shot circle, discus circle, get in the cage.
Get in the cage, I like that one.
Ufalami Louis from Dilworth School in Remuera, Auckland next. .5 kilo discus that they are throwing. Last year, Gerard Isikia was the winner with 53.94. The record for New Zealand secondary schools discus, Kai, is a somewhat impressive 67.27.
67.
Set in 2019. The reason it's so impressive, a young man called Connor Bell, who has gone on to now be the New Zealand record holder, and able to sneak into the final at the World Championship in Tokyo.
Oh, ka whai, muri ora.
Young man with coached by Kirsten Hellier.
I know, done.
And Connor's been on a bit of a trip since Tokyo and just enjoying life and
as you should after going to Tokyo.
Seeing new places and culture, and
Alright.
we look forward to seeing Connor return to the Discus Circle.
Koe ra tāku hoki ki oku nei whakaaro. It's my thoughts exactly on these young rangatahi, these young students, athletes that are here. If they want to make this their future, you can tell that they're quite eager to show it this weekend. But if they continue down this path, then there's a lot out there for them, a lot of travelling, a lot of the whole world to see. So, ai tautoko I o kōrero.
Asher Robertson to come up next, familiar face.
Oh my goodness. Another event. It's got to be the last one of the weekend, surely.
Oh, they'll rope him into a relay, won't they?
Yeah, what a go.
True, true. I know a lot of the school managers are always looking for more athletes to do a 4x400, which I remember trying to avoid as much as possible at school.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Alright, Asher Robertson in on it.
So that wasn't Asher there. So we'll just see if he has in fact lined up, if there's been any scratchings here.
Just given how recent the 300 metre hurdles was, possibly Asher might have had to pass his first round throw, but all going well. I'm sure we'll see him in the second round.
So we just saw Ryan Anoka there out of Mount Aspiring College.
And on the track now, we're underway with the junior boys 1500 metre final. In the field today, we have Charlie Page, Sean Bracelet, Evan Molly, Liam Strickland, Lachlan Murray, Ryan Dickens, MΑORI Davis, Sam Watt, Theo Hing, Brendan Eastburn,
And waiting his turn next will be Oliver Chung out of Westlake Boys. We've gone back to the top of the order here in the senior boys discus for round 2. Defending champion Jira Asikia is leading the competition.
Oliver just warming up there, finding his positions. I believe Oliver finished top 6 in the javelin with a personal best today.
Brianna just harking back earlier to the 100 metres, much to my relief. Ollie Anderson confirmed her second placing there, behind Dominic Dubé. Ollie Anderson second, Troy Waldrum third, ahead of Noah King, Daniel Mandingu, Joshua Ennis, Finn Hawkins and Regan Wilson, all who did extremely well to come through 4 rounds and to make that final.
Ka uru atu Oliver ki te porohita whiu, getting ready for his poroawhio. Not much we can do from in here, seeing how far they fly, just seeing if it's coming in or not. Ko purua te haki mā, meaning the will pass, the white flag.
Lachlan Murray is leading the boys on through from St. John's College. And that is
Got the junior boys 1500 metre final taking place. Unofficial result of the junior girls, and Brianna, familiar name, Daisy Ruth, Sam's sister, has taken out the junior final there from Otomotai College. 4:31.05 ahead of Lennox Dyer of New Plymouth and Sasha Mitchell from St Margaret's. Congratulations to all who made the final there. We'll see Sam Ruth run the 1500 metre final not too far down the track in our afternoon session. The next live senior race we'll take will be the 200 metre senior boys final, which is due to go in about 7 minutes now.
Wai kauri mai a Joshua Buckner from Niue High School. Koia rā te kaipanga poro āwhio I tēnei wā, the discus thrower. Did tawhiti tērā. Did see it fly a little ways, though the haki whiro will be called, rā he hara tērā being a foul. I did want to also mention that last year's winner, Jura from Mount Albert Grammar, was a personal record of 53.94, and it's already been beaten with his first throw being 55.44. So congratulations to Mr. Iskia.
He'll be happy with that one, although noting that Adam Lease, who's sitting in second, has a personal best of 57.01, so we should have a great discus battle on our hands.
Alright, tautoko.
What I've enjoyed most about the action in the field, Topa, has been the changing nature of the placings. Brianna certainly keeping it exciting for at least the spectators anyway.
Yes, definitely keeping everyone on their toes, and as we've said, the competition isn't over until it's over.
Now we're tucked away in a cabin here just at the end of the grandstand, but you can really feel the finals afternoon vibe here. Has really lifted.
Being neighbours with the grandstand there, we can definitely hear all the mana and the wairua coming from there, and it's definitely something that these young athletes should be happy for. A little bit of pressure maybe, has that happened?
Yeah, a little bit of pressure building, given in its finals day. Be a few nerves as well out there.
Just a wonderful opportunity for these young athletes to compete in front of not only family and friends, whānau supporting them, but a big crowd.
Alright, preparing themselves for the future maybe.
Ronan Dickens unofficially has taken out the junior boys 1500 from Tauranga Boys, 4:05.85. The time clocked here, Lachlan Murray, St John's College, and William Mulder, St Peter's College. Again, these are unofficial, so you can check up a little later on Athletics Live for the official placings, and sometimes these have been prone to change.
That looked like a good throw there from David Mora from Tauranga Boys College.
Fortunately, it seems as though the red flag, the haki whiro, has been shown for his second throw. Engari tōna whiu tuatahi, his first throw was 51.10, also beating his PR. Love to see all these PRs being broken this weekend.
And now at the 200 metre mark, we have the 8 shot put exploits yesterday.
That went out of view of our camera.
But a red flag, unfortunately, for Manaya.
He threw the head up in the air quite quickly and walked out the front there, but he will be back. Now in the 200 metre final, running through this field, we have Ethan Hole out of Geraldine High School in South Canterbury, Noah Moss of King's College Auckland, Julian Sybin out of St Peter's School in Cambridge, Remy Symington out of Kristen School in Auckland, Dominic Dubé out of John Paul College Rotorua, Troy Waldrum, St Patrick's College Silverstream, Noah King from Northcote College, and Finn Hawkins in Lane 8 from Christchurch Boys High. Names that we've seen a lot over the past few days. Brianna, as they work their way through what has ultimately been 4 rounds for the 100 metres for those who made the final, and 4 rounds now for the finalists here in the 200.
Yeah, so keeping in mind that these boys have been through 4 rounds of this 200 metres, and a lot of them also doing the double with the 100, so a lot of races in their legs. We'll keep a keen eye on Dominic Dubé in lane 5, who took out the 100 metres, and with the fastest personal best in the field, lane 7, Noah King from Northcote College.
And just note too, it's just a little confusing to the eye. Dominic Dubé effectively in front of the 6, but he is in lane number 5. as they get underway, and he's up and running early. Dominic Dubé and Noah King's made a good beginning too. In lane number 7, Troy Waldron between them as well. These three have gone clear coming around the corner. Also in lane number 3, Julian Seibern looking to make up some ground. It's Dominic Dubé out wider though, Troy Waldron and Noah King right down the outside. Dominic Dubé coming through, and then a great three-way go with Noah King, Troy Waldron, and I think it was Julian Seibern closer in.
Yes, Dominic Dubé doing the double there in the 100 and 200, streaking away from the field in the final part of the 200. We'll wait for confirmation of 2nd, 3rd and 4th, with those 3 senior boys going over the line pretty close to one another.
Fabulous contest. Dominic Dubé made a very strong start out of the blocks. Brianna thought at the top of the straight. A couple of others might have had his measure, but he's got great strength.
Yeah, so I thought some of the other competitors came out of the blocks a little bit better than Dominic, but he made up ground coming off the bend and then, really streaked away in the final 50 metres or so of that 200-metre race.
All right, while that was happening, we had Jack Burns throw his second disc being 53.31, putting him at 3rd at this point in time. Rā hoki ko Fraser Tera no Western Heights, whātekau matahi ira te kau, 41.10. They are fast boys in that race. Is that the 200 metre heat?
Final there.
Final there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, many of those senior boys will be back for at least the 4x100 relay later on. We have mixed relays as well, of course, too.
Adam Leese in the circle there, currently sitting in 2nd. And we also have the senior girls 200 metres, which we are keen to see this final. I suspect we might see a secondary school record go down here by Kendra Scully, who is in fantastic form over this distance especially.
She's out in lane 7. I haven't actually seen official confirmation of that 200 metre final, and is it up now? Yes, it is. Dominic Dubé, 21.49. Noah King, 21.73. Julian Seibern in lane 3 did sneak through to 3rd, 21.75. This is unofficial. Ahead of Remy Symington, so I'm just slightly nervous there. This may change because Troy Waldron is very definitely in the finish. So we'll just await that. Dominic Dubé, the winner. We had Noah King, Troy Waldron and Julian Seibern close there, and Troy hasn't had his placing.
And the senior girls 200 metres, you can see there, lane 1, Mia Bentley, Long Bay College. Lane 2, Hope Bowler, Rototuna High School. Lane 3, Caitlin Black, Aquinas College, who finished 2nd in the senior girls 100 earlier today. Maya Masters in lane 4 from Waitakere College. Mia DeJager, last year's 200 metre champion from Rototuna High School as well in lane 5. Lane 6, Maddie Earley from Mount Albert Grammar. Lane 7, Kendra Scully, also from Mount Albert Grammar. And lane 8, Kenzie Bowden from Rangitoto College.
So I've seen a 100-200 metre double done to Dominic Dubé, and now Kendra Scully looking to do the same in the senior girls. Should be a good contest though. Maddie Early's been running really well across the weekend, as is Caitlin Black, Maya Masters, and of course Mia DeJager, who is also the high jump champion once again.
Yes, we will see Mia again in the 400 metre finals this afternoon as well. So another one of the athletes you will have seen quite frequently this weekend.
And a credit to them to continue to put out top performances, both track and field.
Yes, the senior girls 400 metres is due to go at 1:35, so 25 minutes between those finals for Mia DeJager. You see the senior girls getting ready and in their blocks now for the senior girls 200 metre final.
So the 100 metre winner, Kendra Scully, out there in lane 7. Outside her is Kenzie Bowden. To the inside of Kendra is Maddie Early, lane 6. Mia DeJager there in lane number 5. And they're underway first time. Kendra Scully away very quickly in lane number 7. Underneath her is Maddie Early. Mia De Jager also looking to make ground. Maya Masters in lane number 4. Caitlin Black back in lane number 3 as Kendra runs the bend hard. She does have a handy lead at the moment. Mia De Jager is coming through outside of her. Maddie Early is hanging in and closer in. Maya Masters and Caitlin Black. Kendra Scully will beat Maya De Jager. And third tight but possibly Maddie Early over Maya and Caitlin.
Great run there from the senior girls. Mitre Jager with a really strong second half of that race, really trying to push back at Kendra Scully. Looks a little bit windy out there today, positive 2.4, so unfortunately we won't see that New Zealand Secondary Schools record fall today. But very good times from the girls out there in those medal positions. We've had confirmation of gold for Kendra Scully with a time of 23.71, Mia De Jager with a time of 23.88, and then bronze for Maddie Early with a time of 24.42. Fantastic weekend for Maddie across the board.
And we look forward to seeing some of them run later in the relays. Just back to the senior boys 200. Dominic Dubé the winner, as we know. Noah King second. Troy Waldrum indeed confirmed third, and actually the same time as Noah King, 21.73, and 2/100ths of a second just outside the medals. Julian Simon from St Peter's Schools ran very well, fourth ahead of Remy Symington, Ethan Hole, Noah Moss, and also Finn Hawkins. Congratulations on them all making that very competitive final.
Hoki atu ki te poro āwhio I tēnei wā. Back to our discus for our senior boys. Ka ki te nuinga o ngā hara I tēnei wā. Beautiful throws, although unfortunately there have been fouls. But we like to see that the boys are still eager to move on and continue forth. Ko hoki atu kia Jirai Sikia from Mount Albert. Seems to be way past the 50-metre mark.
Definitely a competitor to watch here in the senior boys discus with a first round throw of 55.44. While the discus is going on the track, we have the junior 200 metre finals as well. We will give you those results as they come in.
Gerard on his second disc being 52.03. Pai noi ho tērā, kei runga tonu ia I tēnei wā, just a bit up there above Adam Lease right now. Mare ka neke atu kia Hector Rourke from James Hodges College.
Just into the net, that one, so he will go reset and get ready for the third round of this discus.
Just looking to the remainder of the field events at senior level this afternoon. Topua field, obviously the discus ongoing now. The senior boys triple jump underway in about half an hour at 1:45, and then we have the hammer throw. Senior girls and junior girls will be combining for that starting at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Will be the final field event of the weekend.
Just a little update on the junior girls 200 metre final as well. Our winner being Eden Moyle from St Kentigern's College with a time of 24.81. Lucy Gredig from St Margaret's College in second with 24.82, so super close finish there for those top two. And then third, Taylor Murdoch from Hillcrest High School with a time of 25:13. Perfect wind for them there, positive 1.7, and 7 of 8 personal bests in that race.
Brianna, just looking at the cage or the net, I guess as it is here, and sometimes when I'm in there wobbling a discus out of my insufficient hands, it looks quite narrow, the entrance to it. Are there specific measurements, are you aware, that are required for the front of the cage?
That's a great question, Mark. I'd like to say yes. However, my technical knowledge does not, unfortunately, go as far as discus. But I'm sure Kirsten may be listening saying, yes, there are definitely some measurements there that have to be adhered to.
Well, Mr. Louis, I whalaunga Louis, just throwing I tēnei wā e tatari ana mō tōna tawhiti. His first throw was indeed a foul, so we're going to wait and see how he's done. Seemed to be near the 40 metre mark. Alright, waiting patiently. Oh, my eyes deceived me. It was a 33.13. Thought I'd seen the 40 metre, but it was the 30 metre mark. Aroha mai whānau.
Kai, from my experience in doing this, the markers, it's quite difficult to line up.
Right.
So you're not alone there. I always think whatever I'm about to say, take 5 metres off it.
There you go, that's actually smart. Ka whai, I'll take that knowledge with me.
We see Asher Robertson there going into the circle for his first throw, although round 2 passed the first round, having come from the 300 metre hurdles final, where he finished second. So his final individual event of the weekend.
Wai, iaia I te rei o nā ringa, he felt that in his hands while it left, so he'll come back for his next throw. Yeah, Asher Robertson, a name I've heard many times this weekend.
Yeah, hopefully somebody's recruiting him to the multi-events.
Indeed. Could that be your job?
Possibly. Maybe that's what I should be doing this weekend, advocating for heptathlon and decathlon.
Well, indeed, I think you are, via the live stream on Whakaata Māori, and we want you here, so sorry, I just have to stay in the sweatbox a little longer.
Just confirmation of the junior boys 200 metre final. We've got George Scott with first from St Peter's School, Cambridge, with a time of 22:47. Second, Zaiden Filemu from Scots College, 22:84. And third, Robbie Tahi from King's College, 22:95. Perfect conditions out there, positive 2.0. Again, a race scattered with personal bests. So it's a great day to be running fast. Whakaturia mai kia hau te pairawa o tēnei rā, as I do say most days, and I said yesterday, show me just how good of a day this day can be, and it's shaping up to be that way.
Amen to that.
Case Fata Talay with his second throw as we get towards the end of the second round in the senior boys discus competition, with our defending champion still top of the tree. Gerard Ezekiel with his first round throw of 55.44 ahead of Adam Leese and Jack Burns.
Next up on the track, we will have the junior girls 400 metres, and then shortly after we will see our senior girls and senior boys 400 metre finals. Very excited for those races this afternoon. Kai, do you know what your favourite event is, now that you've spent a little bit more time around the track?
Alright, kua kōrero here, kia Mark. I've had a chat with Mark about it, and definitely all of our throwing sports have been a favourite of mine to watch and to commentate on. That of course being javelin, shot put, and now discus. Engari kāre anō, haven't yet to see hammer throw. Yet to see that, unfortunately. Engari, yeah, in the moment, definitely enjoying our throwing sports this weekend.
In less than an
Can't
hour,
wait.
you'll see the hammer, and you'll be as terrified as me.
We also have our senior boys triple jump going on at the moment. As we've experienced this weekend, some of the live results coming through a little bit slower, being that they are on the opposite end of the track to us. Looks like we're moving through the first round at the moment from what we can see. Current leading jump of 12.25 by Riley Wilson from MΑORI College.
Defending champion is Zahn Bowden from Rangitoto, and he will be back to look to defend his crown.
Ko hoki mai a Oliver Chung ki te porohita poroawhio.
Zahn Bowden last year jumping 14.09. I see Connor Gilliland, the 110 metre hurdles winner, also in the triple jump competition.
So it looks like Zahn Bowden from Rangitoto College in the triple jump also finished 5th in the senior boys long jump yesterday with a jump of 6.72. Personal best of 14.97 in the triple jump. So excited to see what he is able to do today. I believe his sister has been in the sprint finals as well. So a busy whānau this weekend.
Did you say 1470?
14.97.
Oh my gosh.
Flying.
Aye. These are no Weet-Bix kids. There's something else they're being fed.
Our Nuayan athlete in the circle looks like he may have taken a stumble. Hopefully he's been able to stay inside the circle. Unfortunately not. Looks like a red flag there.
Ko hoki mai a Bodie Trevor Smith from, how do you say that school name, sorry?
Fiordland.
Fiordland College. Oh yeah.
Now, I believe he's the only athlete from Fiordland.
Okay.
It's a long way from here.
Oh my gosh.
Right at the bottom of the South Island's west coast.
In the fjords.
Yeah, I was wondering why I hadn't said the school name yet. The only students, you say?
Just one.
So just one in the team. He does have a very, very good PB that could have him competitive.
First of the triple jump coverage for you there.
Brianna, we talked about the tape yesterday, didn't we? Or was that you, me and Kirsten?
No, we talked about the tape.
Yeah, well, the tape's out.
We
It's a
love the
triple jump.
tape.
Yes, there we go.
Yes.
I used to love winding those things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, interesting. They've chosen to go with the tape for the triple jump today rather than the electronic measuring system. We have a Dilworth athlete on the runway now.
This is Liam Aitken.
So like we were speaking about in the high jump yesterday, you can have particular spikes for the long jump and the triple jump as well, typically with a thicker heel on the bottom of the shoe, but then spikes will only be in the forefoot, so none in the heel. A lot of athletes, though, you'll see will double up and use their sprint spikes for long jump as well.
Great information, Brianna. Thomas McGowan from St Kevin's College out of Oamaru in North Otago is next, and Zan Bowden, our defending champ, will be next. Brianna, do you remember the day of the rubberised socks, or have they gone out by the time you started Colgate Games?
I'm not sure if that has been a thing in my time. Sorry, Mark.
No, they're just, I'm I was going to say a generation ahead, probably two. But QE2 Park, the old QE2 Park track, before the earthquakes, we used to wear the rubberised socks. Thought we were pretty cool when we pulled the rubberised socks on.
Okay, instead of
had a bit of bounce.
Instead of bare feet?
Instead of bare feet.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd struggle to run on the track today in bare feet. It's hot out there.
Yes.
Why Manaia Christensen for Discus I tēnei wā. Tere tawhiti, we'll see if there's a white haki there. Seems as though we're still in the clear.
Beautiful throw.
Aye.
We also see Zan Bowden in the triple jump with his first attempt there. He'll be looking to get a jump on the board.
Got the Junior Girls 400 just underway there. Boys Junior off the back of that. And then we're 10 minutes away from the Senior Girls 400 final.
So Zan has a handy lead to begin that triple jump competition with a jump of 14.30 into a negative 1.4 wind.
We had that situation yesterday, didn't we, for the Senior Girls jumping into the wind?
Yes, some headwinds there for these athletes in the triple jump. Hamilton athlete on the runway there.
Kenny running through, but we'll get another opportunity shortly.
Aroha mai, ka koro e pāna ki a Manaia Christensen. He has put himself in the third position with a 54.73 metre throw. Definitely making Rotorua boys high proud I tēnei wā. Especially with his shot put yesterday.
Yes.
Is it yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
Long weekend.
They're all mixing into one.
Lockie Kennedy from St Patrick's Silverstream into the triple jump pit. I was thinking this morning, though, actually talking to Tony Rogers, that if you want your day to go fast, sit down, do some athletics commentary. The time disappears. Kayaka athletics, especially when you love it.
Aye.
Just a little update on the track there. We had the Junior Girls 400 metres. Unofficial winning time of 57.08 for Lily Doon from Villa Maria College. Second for Romy Jewell, Takapuna Grammar with 57.12, and third Saskia Dewhurst from Morrinsville College, 59.68. As always, we'll await the official results. The track will move on to the Junior Boys 400 before we start streaming the Senior 400 finals.
Fijian competitor Joshua Elisha Saval into the pit, and he was careful not to fall backwards there, Brianna,
Yep.
of course, because if you do...
That's where it's measured from.
Indeed.
Yeah. Local athlete from Taradale High on the runway in the Senior Boys triple jump.
This is Hunter Lyford.
Not quite making the pit there, but I thought he had great attack on the runway.
Yes, I thought that as well. Adam Lees me tōna whiu tawhiti o te poroawhio. Pretty far throw there. He's currently in second with 55.36, and unfortunately the third will be a foul.
Presley Bretherton from Whanganui Collegiate has a personal best of close to 12 metres. If the conditions allow, I'm sure he'd love to go close to that today. And And next on the runway is going to be Connor Gilliland, our hurdles winner. In fact, it's not. So, yes, I think he is. And be looking forward to seeing him because he does have a personal best of close to 14 metres. Connor out of Winton.
Yeah, some great jumpers coming out of Central Southland region. I believe Lance Smith is probably still coaching down there.
And by the magic of television, here is Connor. I want to give a shout out to our director Ben Rogers here, Brianna and Kai, because that happened just a few seconds before we showed it to you so that we could stay with the discus until the appropriate time to move on. There's a lot of things happening. We've got track to deal with as well. So we really appreciate our cameraman Dan Scott and Chris Kiley and our director Ben Rogers.
Yep, great mahi from our team here today. Auckland Grammar athlete Michael Styczynski, personal best of 12 metres 11.
And there'll be just Ruben Wheeler to come, I believe, to complete the first round. The 21 jumpers had one defection.
Austin McDougall from Lindisfarne College, local athlete here, left-handed discus thrower.
That probably looks just behind our 50 metre mark.
And Ruben Wheeler completing round one. I think after one defection we're down to 20 jumpers, of course reducing this to 8 after 3 rounds.
Senior girls 400 metre final on the track here. Lane 1, Hope Bowler from Rototuna High School. Lane 2, Tilly O'Sullivan, Rangiruru Girls High. Lane 3, Ruby Simon from Christchurch Girls High. Lane 4, Phoebe Laker, Mount Aspiring College. Lane 5, Zeta Mio from Shout Out Napier Girls High School, my previous high school back in the day. Lane 6, Bo Ritchie from St Peter's School, Cambridge. Lane 7, Mia De Jager from Rototuna High School, our high jump champion and silver medalist in the 200. And Lane 8, Emma Very from Palmerston North Girls High. The two to watch in this one, I think, will be Bo Ritchie and Mia De Jager with sub 55 second personal best, but Zeta also and Phoebe Laker also having very good personal bests are close to that time as well.
Brianna, just on Phoebe Laker, I was talking to her coach yesterday, Mike Beeble, who also coaches Shay Veach and others. What's not listed there, her PB is listed, as you say, at 54.69. But she actually won the Australasian Junior Championship in a 53.87. So she has gone sub 54, Phoebe.
Okay.
Mike said it's been a wet spring down there in Wanaka, and they only have a grass track, so they did miss a bit of work. But he's hoping that Phoebe's peaking nicely for this, and she is in lane number 4, and I think she should be to the 4 here as well, along with Bo and Mia that you have pointed out, and Zeta. This should be a thoroughly good and competitive 400 metre final.
Yes, possibly a little bit of an underdog there, Phoebe, from what we can see, but I'm sure the other athletes will be well aware of what Phoebe is capable of. So a very exciting 400 metre final for you this afternoon.
In the blocks. And run away first time. Phoebe, she's run a very, very hard first 200 metres, which I would assume would be the tactic here.
Yes, absolutely. It's looking like the girls may have gone through the 200 in about 25, 26 seconds, so a very fast first 200. We will see the stagger start to straighten up as they come into the final straight of this 400.
And Phoebe Laker leading there in lane 4 from Bo Ritchie, and between them is Zeta Mio, but Bo Ritchie has strength, as we know, and she's coming strongly at Phoebe Laker, who's run very strongly the first 200, but Bo Ritchie's strength coming through, and Bo Ritchie to take the title from Phoebe Laker, Zeta Mio and Mia De Jager.
A great run there from Bo Ritchie to come through strong at the end, showing the strength she has over those longer distances.
55.06 has come up as the winning time there for Bo Ritchie out of St Peter's School in Cambridge. Phoebe Laker, who attacked the race hard, second 55.48. Zeta Mio third 56.33 ahead of Mia De Jager at 57.41. Of course, last year's winner was also out of St Peter's School, Maddie Waddell, Bo's good friend. Maddie, I understand, training I think in South Africa at the moment. Brianna and may have even rubbed shoulders with Femke Bol, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think she was training with Femke Bol and Lika Klaver for a bit, so incredible atmosphere for her to be in and soaking up all the knowledge from those, top athletes from all around the world.
And straight into the senior boys here, another good strong competitive field, Brianna.
Yes, the senior boys is going to be another great race today. Lane 1, we have Timothy Wallace from St Kentigern College. Lane 2, George Kennedy from Dilworth School. Lane 3, Daniel Mandingu from Te Paipai o Aotea. Lane 4, Harrison Day from Auckland Grammar. Lane 5, Henry Sevier from Christchurch Boys High. Lane 6, William Rolfe from St Peter's College, Palmerston North. Lane 7, Charles Howlett from Auckland Grammar. And Lane 8, Benji Faircliff from Mount Albert Grammar School.
We saw Charles Howlett in very good form through the preliminary rounds yesterday. Henry Sophia as well. Charles with a very quick personal best, close to 48 seconds.
Aroha mai, before we continue on with the race, I just wanted to let everyone know that Hector O'Rourke smashed through with his discus throw with 56.36 metres. Now sitting at the number 1 spot, metre ahead of Jurassic Kia as well as Adam Lease. Ngā mihi nui ki a koe, Hector. Ko kia tuki te reihi nāne, we'll head back to the race.
And once again, more changing fortunes in our field events.
Yes, those field events definitely keep you on your toes. Senior boys 400 metres there. Lanes to keep an eye on: lane 7 Charles Howlett, lane 6 William Rolfe, and lane 5 Henry Sevier, all with 48-49 second personal bests.
And we're underway in the final of the senior boys 400 metres. Charles Howlett out there in lane 7 looking to make up the stagger early on Benji Faircliff. Underneath him, William Rolfe and Henry Sevier looking to work into the race. Henry Sevier just back a bit on William Rolfe there as they run down the back straight.
Great back straight shot there, close up for the boys as they round out to their final 200 metres. Looks like Charles Howlett has taken an early lead. We'll watch them straighten out over the stagger. Harrison Day on the inside lane there too.
Harrison Day coming through in lane number 4 round the corner here. Charles Howlett still leading. Daniel Mandingu is coming through too in lane number 3. In fact, finishing strongly is Daniel Mandingu, and he's going to come through and take the title from Charles Howlett and William Rolfe in another stirring battle. Daniel Mandingu out of Te Paipai o Aotea from Hawara with a strong finish.
Great run there from Daniel in the inside lane to come through with a time of 48.75, a personal best by the looks of it. Charles Howlett with a time of 48.87 for second, and William Rolfe, St Peter's College, with a time of 49.29.
You mentioned that back straight shot, and we saw Charles Howlett leading there.
Yes.
Looks very much like his father Doug, and if you throw a rugby ball in his hands, they've looked almost identical.
Yes, absolutely.
Again, we saw great strength from the winner there, as we did through Bo Ritchie in the senior girls final. Brianna, 2 ways to attack the 400, and I've done it both ways. The attacking the first 300 hard makes for a very long home straight.
It really does. It really does. And you really feel it in your legs, the lactic that builds in the quads, especially in that last 100 metres if you go out hard. So a grueling event, in my opinion, possibly the hardest event on the track. having to do the 800 metres in the heptathlon, I always thought that was the toughest, but then when you drop down a distance and try and do the 400, it's just a whole nother ball game.
Kai, how's the discus looking in our absence?
Yeah, the discus is doing real well in terms of our distances for Hector and as well as Manaya. Unfortunately, there have been many fouls recently. A lot of PRs being broken at the same time by many of our throwers. He rawete ki te i tērā. I nā nei, koe ara ko Kase Whata Tolai from Wellington College. Managed to get it in just on the inside of the line there behind the 50 metre mark. Kangana ki te heha tōna tawhiti i tēnei wā. With a PR of 46.31 metres. Maybe something near that by the looks of it.
We're about 10 minutes away from the senior girls 1500 metre final, due to go at 10 to 2. And we do have a senior para boys 400 metres that we will look to take for you live, where we have Cody Lamond in lane number 2 from Papanui High, Finn Tregurtha Nian out of Timaru Boys High. Next door to him, also Lucas Pedersen out of Cambridge High School, and Adi Patak from Papanui High. We'll start from lane 5, and their classifications: Cody Lamond, a TF20 athlete, as is Adi Patak. Finn Tregurtha Nian is a TF track F field 38 classified athlete, and Lucas Pedersen is a track 54 T54 field F55. We talked about those classifications yesterday. So Lucas in lane 4 in the wheelchair, and in terms of working out the winner, it is determined by the percentage compared to the world record, Brianna?
Yes. Yes, I think this race we might have combined juniors and seniors.
So the seniors
are in the outer 2 lanes. At the boys' triple jump, we saw Lockie Kennedy from St Patrick's College with a jump of 12.99 to move him up into 4th.
So get underway. So we're going to concentrate on the outside 2 lanes. Thank you for bringing that to my attention there, Brianna. And they are Daniel Kitts, T37 athlete from Te Awamutu College, and Derek Lim, a TF20 athlete from Papanui High School in Christchurch. Our concentration on lanes 6 and 7. In a combined para senior and junior competition. So we have the junior competitors in the lanes closest to the inside. And our senior competitors in lane 6 and 7, Daniel Kitts entering the home straight. And completing the 400 now. Much to the appreciation of the crowd here, and the large crowd gathered a lot under the grandstand in the shade that it provides. The sun just thankfully moved toward the west.
Our final junior athlete making his way over the line. Next on the track we will have the senior girls 1500 metre final.
Bo Ritchie backing up here from her 400 metre victory. And we'll welcome Tony Rogers back shortly for the commentary and, of course, the senior boys 1500 metre final to follow the girls.
Those are our 1500 metre runners over there. You can also see Scarlett Robb, who took out the senior girls 3000 metre title.
Back on Friday.
Back on Friday.
Seems like yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say yesterday, but no.
Just quickly on Zan Bowden's progress in attempting to defend his title. 14:30 round 1, 14:29 in round 2. That's consistency.
Connor on the runway here from Central Southland College.
He
wasn't feeling that one.
Currently third though with his first jump of 13:22, which was bettered by 1 centimetre by Ari Kisharia from Burnside High School, who in round 2 measured 13:23.
We have a few 13 metre jumpers in there, so as with anything, they'll be looking to get up near their personal bests this afternoon, despite the headwind they are facing on the back straight. Michael Styczynski from Auckland Grammar School on the runway now with a first round jump of 11.95. Pretty good through that hop and step phase. Could find a little more extension on his jump, and I think he'd find a lot more distance there, but looked like a very solid second attempt. Currently sitting in 7th place.
And here's the penultimate jumper of the round, so Ruben Wheeler to close out round 2 from Roncalli College in a moment. Brianna Stevenson vacating the chair for Olympian Tony Rogers, 1500 metre specialist in his time.
I know my hooky, my Tony.
Yeah, kia ora. Hi, it's good to come back inside and get a little bit cooler than it is out there. And
right.
Man, am I feeling for those 1500 metre runners starting on the line now, and particularly those ones that are completing a double, like Bo Ritchie probably only completed her 400 about 15 to 20 minutes ago.
So we have 14 athletes. We had 2 preliminary heats. First 7 in each heat went through. We'll have Paige Dobson from the inside, Bryn Gordon, Alaska Ontario, Juju Moorhead, Zara Pomfret, Sienna Mackley, Scarlett Robb, Bo Ritchie, Sophia Haynes, Eleanor Pugh, Nina Chalmers, Isabella Pickering, Jess McKenzie and Amy Towns. And that is a strong field.
Very strong field, and they're underway, and no mucking around, running a little ahead of time, which is always good to see on the last day, 2 or 3 minutes ahead. And this is going to be an interesting battle of tactics to see what Scarlett Robb does, who's got a slightly faster time with her recent performance a month or 2 back, 4:22 ahead of Bo Ritchie, who's last year's title holder. And then, of course, we can't forget Bryn Gordon, who looks like she's gone to the front. She did that in the 3K. And we've got Sienna Mackley in there, who's run well over the track as well. Eleanor Pugh. There's plenty of talent in this field, and it's going to be a real test of Bo Ritchie to see how she's handled her recovery, and short recovery as it was.
So Bryn Gordon leads them into the front straight from Alaska Ontario, and Scarlett Robb sitting there in 3rd spot. 4:30 there is Nina Chalmers.
And you see Paige Dobson moving up on the outside, the tall figure of her, the local girl. Bo Ritchie's tucked up on the inside at the moment. She's obviously not going to want to push the pace at all, and we'll see what they go through the first lap in.
Coming up to complete the first lap, Bryn Gordon from the front.
About 67, 68, 69 I should say. We'll get the right line there.
Is that what you'd expect, Tony?
Yeah, well, Bryn showed that she was prepared to lead in the 3K, and we've got Scarlett sitting there. I'm picking that Scarlett will probably want to push it a little way out, and then we'll just hope that we can see Bo emerge from the pack and follow her if she's managed that recovery. And she's sitting in there at the moment, looking composed, but it'll be very hard because it's only a short time ago she ran a 55-400. So
Alaska Ontoria is lying in 4th spot, just on the inside, taking some cover. Sienna Mackley prominent too. Into the front straight again, in front of this large crowd here in the grandstand side. Bryn Gordon, Scarlett Robb, Nina Chalmers, 3 wide to the outside. 214 is Sophia Haynes.
coming through in about 209, so that's they're on schedule for possibly a 420 mid at this point in time. There's no panic going on anywhere. It's a few people running a little wide as they go through 2 laps there, and 226, 227 sort of, so it's not overly fast. So you can see now, as I expected, I thought Scarlett Robb would pick up the pace. She doesn't want any kickers sitting around at the end, even though she's in good shape herself.
So Scarlett Robb, winner of the 3,000 metres, looking to use the asset of her strength.
Yeah, and it's not looking good, I don't think, for Bo. She's hasn't made the move that we would have expected, so it's just too tough for her to come back at this time after a 400. So it looks like Bryn Gordon's there. 3rd spot, we've got tall figure of 430. I'm just going to pick up that number for you.
That's Nina Chalmers.
Nina Chalmers, yes, so she's got a good time. And then we've got following her in 4th. Just trying to pick it up, yeah. So yeah, Scarlett Robb's gone for home, 320. So as I said, she's going to be on a time for mid 320s.
Strongly clear now of Bryn Gordon. And Zara Pomfret moving through into 3rd. But Scarlett has blown the field wide open here.
Yeah.
Bryn Gordon relying on strength in behind. She's hanging in there. Zara Pomfret is currently lying 3rd.
And she's got a strong time as well, Zara, so she's should maintain that pretty well.
Eleanor Pugh heading the remainder, looking to close off as strongly as they possibly can. It's been a good effort to make this very competitive final, but Scarlett Robb, off the back of her 3,000 metre win on Friday,
she's clearly demonstrating her ability and her recent excellent form, coming away strongly, and she's going to run, as I said, in mid 420s, so that's an excellent performance for her over this weekend.
Bryn Gordon holding 2nd from Zara Pomfret. Not much between them at the line. Bryn will
very
just
close.
last for that, I think.
I think Bryn would have held on.
Eleanor Pugh finishing quite strongly as well. Can't unfortunately take any notice of the live feed at the moment, which isn't quite correct. But Scarlett Robb, there she is, our 1,500 metre champion, embracing with Bryn Gordon. And a good battle in the 3,000 metres as well.
Yeah, it was indeed. So excellent performance there by Scarlett Robb. She's been in supreme form right through November and early December now, with great performances in Auckland and then across in Australia and then back here now over this weekend. It's looking in great shape as the rest of the summer goes forward for her.
Times come up here at 4:24.95. Scarlett Robb ahead of Bryn Gordon. Zara Pomfret, who closed off really well, has just missed by 5/100ths of a second of catching Bryn. Sophia Haynes in 4th spot ahead of Eleanor Pugh.
So Bryn Gordon, she made the pace fairly true, and she secured that silver medal deservedly for keeping it honest and getting in there and just holding out Zara Pomfret at the finish. And that would be a personal best for Zara, as far as I'm aware.
Just to make the top 14 there, Tony, with a very competitive year
We've had
Seniors?
some real good strength in our senior girls at school in the middle and distance, and we've noticed that in the cross country earlier this year. It's been very competitive races, and yeah, it's disappointing that we weren't expecting a 1500 400 double when we set the program.
No.
One of our leading contenders, but there's a bigger picture at play for Bo, I'm sure, and she'll be delighted to have taken a 400 title as well.
So Bo Ritchie officially 12th, but of course did take that 400 metre title only a matter of minutes ago, 55 and change running down Phoebe Laker. It was a tremendous finish and performance from both of those athletes. And now we turn our attention to the senior boys 1500 metres, and again looking through this field, looks to be depth. Obviously we always look quickly to Sam Ruth, who is listed here as being fifth from the inside. Joe Martin also. We saw Sam, of course, win the 800 metres this morning, 1500 yesterday, and he is in record-breaking form.
He's in record form, there's no doubt about it, and of course it'll be an interesting once again to see the tactics in this race. And we know he's run earlier this morning. It was about 10:30 I think roughly, and we're now up to 2 o'clock, so they've had a bit more time to recover, there's no doubt about it. But Joe Martin ran right up to his personal best this morning, broke the old record as well as Sam Ruth when he ran 1:49. We've got Caleb Wagner in there to add to the dimensions of this race, Reed Scampion. We've got our steeplechase winner and Jag Willers. So there's a lot of boys doubling up. We've got Ryan Kingston, who's already medalled as well. So it's going to be a really interesting race, but no doubt all eyes and people have come to see this young man, Sam Ruth, perform once again.
Off the back of setting a record in the heat yesterday, Tony, where he determined that the conditions were ideal for that. Today, very much his focus on trying to win this race.
I'm sure his focus will be to win the race, and it's really hard for the other competitors because they're not sure what will happen, but I'm sure they're all hoping that the pace is solid from Sam at least at some stage during the race, and that they get on the train and can run some personal bests with some good times being towed around. The conditions are not too bad. It's breezy. It's a bit of a cross breeze, but it's giving tails for the sprints mostly. Some of them are a little bit over the legal mark of 2 metres, and the others are under. So on their marks.
And underway.
It's a good sized field, 14 in a final, so let's hope it's a cleanly run race. It looks like Willers has got away from the inside, and Ruth's right there taking control right from the beginning. Caleb Wagner's on his shoulder.
Caleb, of course, had a great battle in the 3,000 metres on Friday with George Wiley. George Wiley coming through. George not here in this race, but won the road race this morning. Caleb would be looking for a title, but to do that, he has to beat the man in front of him, Sam Ruth.
Yeah, and that's good to see. He's taken up the challenge of tucking in there with Sam and going for him. I know Caleb would love to get a big personal best. I know he's looking forward to doing a sub 4 minute mile as a junior. So they're coming through in 43, 44, so they're under sub 4 minute mile pace, if you like, around 3:45, 1500 pace.
If I recall correctly, Tony, Caleb Wagner did get a cross-country win over Sam Ruth. I know Sam had just come back from America at that stage.
Correct, yes, he won the national cross-country, Caleb Wagner, up in Whangarei in June, beating Sam. That was a bit of a different race, of course. Got 6k, and
yes.
the shorter distance definitely plays into Sam's lead, but you can see the gap they've put on the rest of the field, and this is really interesting because that's where everyone's now expecting the medal to be determined as for the bronze. There's no doubt about it. I thought Joe Martin may have gone with them, but he's probably feeling the pinch of chasing Sam hard this morning.
Yeah, he tried to work Sam as hard as he could in that 800 metres this morning, but Sam was able to claim in another record time.
So they're running around 3:42 pace at the moment, going through the 600. So we're on for another good time. And Wagner's obviously just going to be determined to stick as long as he can there. So yeah.
Not a bad marker to pull you through, Sam Ruth.
Yeah, if you can stay there, you're going to get a good time out of this race. So that's what everyone's aiming for. It's a shame some of the other boys haven't gone with the pace a bit earlier.
Coming to the 800.
157, so that's real top quality. I think he was 156 yesterday when he went through the 800. So
Caleb Wagner hanging on to the back of Sam Ruth. Of course, Sam's sister Daisy took out a junior title
yeah,
earlier.
I saw that, and she was looking great, wasn't she? So now there's just a little bit of a stretch in the rubber band as Ruth put the foot down and coming into the last 500 metres.
Tough for Caleb now, Tony, because he's done a lot of work to stay on the back of Sam Ruth. He's got to be wary of this pack now. He'll be looking to chase him down.
Yeah, and I'm watching the pack, obviously led by Jag Willers, and I'm following him because in some ways he's got everyone sitting on him right now.
But look at the margin that these two have opened up. And that is the quality of the depth of this field and the quality of these two runners.
So Ruth's gone through in 2:42, so he's going to run probably sub 3:40 if he finishes hard. If he doesn't have to, of course, but he may well want to just have the pleasure of running sub 3:40 in the final.
Just seems when he takes to a track, Tony, he wants to run as fast as he can.
Yeah, and he just looks, it's got that cruising, high level of cruising speed and comfort, hasn't he?
We saw that in his 4-minute mile, which should have been a real strain, but he looked relatively comfortable throughout.
Yeah. So you can see Caleb Wagner chasing hard in the background. So Ruth coming inside the last 180 metres now as he goes round behind the hammer cage.
Just checking the watch and probably thinking, you know what, could be time to just relax and enjoy this.
So I'm watching to see what's going on in the pack here behind us.
Sprint on.
Sprints on, looks like Joe Martin's made a burst for it.
Indeed, he has
Here he
into
comes.
third.
He's just coming
He's just
in.
enjoying this.
He's enjoying the moment. Yep. Looking around.
Soaking up the atmosphere from the crowd who appreciate what he's done across this weekend. Sam Ruth, the 1500 metre champion, to go with the 800 metres he won earlier.
See if we can see what's happening. There's Wagner coming through in 3:54. So
brave from Caleb.
And looks like Joe Martin has come through for third, and just holding out Jag Willers for fourth was couldn't pick the boy on the inside of the screen there. We'll see that in a minute.
He's been running well across the weekend. Jag Willers, fifth, a time of 4 minutes, 0.75. Tony, is that what you're looking for?
Oh, no, he would have been hoping for a low 350. His best is 354. So
effectively a technical race for the bronze
it
for
was
those,
very tactical,
for those boys.
Yeah, and of course all these boys, nearly everyone in that field's doubled up, so it's tough. And you know, I'm sure Sam would have loved to run fast, but he was probably, in all honesty, feeling a bit of a pinch with the weekend's heat and the hard races he had. So yeah, as I say, he soaked up the moment, enjoyed it, and it's just a bit of a shame for Caleb that he couldn't hang on to that fast early pace, which was sub 3:40 pace to start with, which is probably a bit ambitious in the final after both been racing quite hard in the weekend.
A second silver for Caleb Wagner to go with the 3,000 metre silver on Friday. And with Sam, Tony, when he ran down the side there with about 150 metres to go and a glance down to his watch, I suspect if the watch suggested he might run close to yesterday's time, then maybe he could have booted it. But he's probably in a situation where he's like, well, I can't do that, and I may as well just cruise up the straight and enjoy the crowd.
Well, the only other reason he'd be looking at his watch other than for the time would to see what his heart rate's doing, maybe. And I'm not sure if he's doing that, but that's possibly a part of the picture as well. But yeah, with the aids that we've got these days, but yeah, definitely probably thought, well, I'm not going to run faster than yesterday. He's got the record yesterday in the ideal conditions. You can see it's much hotter today. I haven't checked, but I know it was heading for 31 earlier,
So Sam Ruth, a double-up champion, 800, 1500 metres today. Caleb Wagner second, Joe Martin third, Corbin Holmes fourth, Jag Willers fifth, and Vaughan Murray has officially finished sixth. Congratulations to all finalists there. And I think on the track now, Tony, it's all about the relays.
Yep, this is a fun time for the schools when their reputations get put on the line, and this year we've got, for the first time, in the 4x1 mixed relays. We had 4x4 mixed relays previously, but now we've got 4x1 mixed relays as well. And in that, for the mixed relays, we are going with running the girls first. So the first two runners will be the girls, and they'll lead into throwing the baton, passing the baton, I should say, to the boys. Even though that's not quite what happens on World Athletics, we deem that that's a safer way for our young athletes to have the girls running strongly into the boys rather than the other way around. So that's coming up next. Looking forward to seeing the first edition of the senior mixed 4x1 relay, and of course the other relays as well. They're always the exciting time. And in about an hour or so's time, we hope to be able to name the New Zealand Secondary Schools championship team, which is going to probably feature about 50 athletes. And for the first time, we've got a pretty special trophy that we're going to be awarding to our top male and female athlete as a joint trophy of the meet. And I guess we'll probably know who the top male is, but there'll be a bit of brain scratching and sort of number crunching going out there around the female, because we've got a number of prospects for the top female athlete of the weekend so far.
Thank you, Tony, for bringing us up to date with all of that as we look back to the field. And Mania Christensen in 4th place in the discus at the moment has just put out his 4th throw. We thank Tony for his contribution across the middle distance events. Kapai Namihi, Tony.
Good work, both yourself, Kai, and also Brianna, who's going to step back in the chair.
And I know Kai is very, very keen to bring us up to date on the discus. So, Kai, you let us know when you're ready.
Alright, just getting my tally up here for you.
I've got some pretty interesting news when you get up. Some pretty interesting news when you get it up. I'm looking forward to your reaction.
Oh, I see some beautiful news there, Mark. Ai, tauta koe ngā kōrero. Katahi anō koe rā Mania Christensen. Mana te wahanga tuatahi hei 2. He will stand at number 1 at this point with his 5th, throwing 56.81. It's entire metre away from his PR. Hector at 2nd with his one at 56.36. And then Adam Lease had just was throwing. Checking to see our screens here. There you go, Mania Christensen on the camera there. Ka pai koe tama no Rotorua. Not trying to be biased, Stefano Arohomai, if it seems like it.
Bit of shadow boxing from Mania here. He's looking for the double, the shot put yesterday. He's just hit the front in round 5 of the discus. And bias is very much allowed in here, Kai. Otherwise I would have been thrown out yesterday.
Say the same about you, Brianna? Same thing as you?
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Alright.
Fight your corner.
God boy, glad we're all on the same page. Koe rā ko Gerard Esquia from Mount Albert Grammar School. Koe tēnei 9A.
Defending champion, currently 3rd is Jara.
Bit of an update from the senior boys triple jump as well. Looks like we're nearing the end of the 3rd round, where they will do a reshuffle for the final 8 competitors. Currently Zahn Bowden still sitting in 1st place position with a jump of 14.59. 2nd at the moment Ari Kisharia from Burnside High with 13.24, and 3rd Connor Gilliland from Central Southland College with a jump of 13.22.
Namihi, thank you for the update there, Brianna. So we can update our 2 live field events, and looking forward to the hammer throw, which is due to start around now to complete Kai's set of throws.
Alright, koe tērā. Te kaumātaki o ngā whiu, the watcher of them throws. Koe rā ko Hector I nāne whiu atu I tōna poro āwhio there. It's Hector with his discus. We see that he's currently in 2nd with the 56.36. And that one there seemed like it was just as far. Te tawhiti hoki o te whiu. It will be 53.76.
We have seen the start of the hammer throw competition.
Ka pai.
So we will try and keep everyone updated with how that's going as well.
Right down the far end away from us of the stadium here. Whare Hakakinakina Stadium. It is sometimes a little bit difficult to get updates from down there. That was the case yesterday when I was trying to follow the hammer throw, which was well after our broadcast finished. In fact, the boys, both senior and junior, going right through until about 7 o'clock last night.
Long day for our athletes here. I think we also have a senior boys para relay happening on the track right now. Papanui High School, solo mission for them.
Very strong in the para athletic disciplines, Papanui. Congratulations to this relay team.
Lots of crowd love coming for our solo team here, Papanui High, as our 4th runner crosses the finish line in the 4x100 metre relay.
Koe ka kite hoki e waru ngā kai whakataitai. We have 8, 9 aroha mai athletes doing the seniors girls hammer throw with 3 kgs. Ko Ola Motley from St Andrews College. I'm so sorry to the whānau at home if I do mispronounce any of the names. I do want to apologise in advance. The second thrower will be Teleria Mackenzie from Maruawai College. Number 3 will be Bea Christie from James Hargis College. Number 4 will be Danny Stoles from Mount Maunganui College. Number 5 is Layla J. Saifitsi from Avondale College. 6 will be Jessie McGrather from Otago Girls High School. Number 7 is Anna Schmidt from Havelock North High School. Number 8 is Lucy Bohr from Woodford House. Number 9 and final will be Paige Fletcher from St Kentigern College.
So out on the track at present, we have the junior girls 4x100, followed by the junior boys, and then there's a mixed as well, 4x100, mixed junior, as Tony has just been explaining the situation there. And then we go to the senior focus on the girls 4x100. That is scheduled to start at 2:30 by going through the lunch break. Managed to catch up time, even started the afternoon session a fraction ahead of time, which caught us on the hop with our sandwich. So about 20 minutes away from the 4x100 senior girls final.
We've just seen Austin McDougall there from local school Lindisfarne College in his 6th round throw.
Is that over the 50 metre mark?
It's looking close. He's already thrown a personal best today of 51.83 in the first round.
It's a whole almost 20 metres from his PR, as it says on here, 33.54. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
There we go, 50.15 in the final round. So a great series there, and yes, I don't quite believe it either. Maybe we've got an inaccurate personal best there for Austin, but still a great series for him to finish 6th.
Ai tautoko I ngā kōrero. Jack Burns now from King's College.
That looked nice. A lot of speed on that one for Jack Burns.
That angle was quite nice, letting it fly further out rather than high up, dropping early. Koe ara Jack. Ka tatari, just waiting for te marka. The mark there.
Senior boys triple jump. I believe we have our top 8 competitors who will return for the final 3 rounds of this competition.
Arakia Jack Burns ki te wahanga tuarima, now at 53.33 for his final throw there.
We jump up to Manaya again, who has done some moves in the final 3 rounds. Still 3 throwers after Manaya, but this will be his final throw of the competition. Into the net, that one, unfortunately. Manaya will wait patiently for our final 3 throwers to see if he can hold that first place position.
He's just barely in front of Hector there with less than 50th of, that's how you say it, 0.50.
At the triple jump down to the last 8, Conrad van Doffler from Mount Hutt College, 12.04, equalling his best so far today. In 8th position, Michael Stakinski from Auckland Grammar, 12.10. In his 4th round, he is currently 7th. That's been his best. Here's Hemi Pichi, but running through on this occasion. He will have 2 more attempts, though, to add to his best so far of 12.16, which has been his only recorded distance to date.
That one looks up close to that 60 metre mark.
Very promising I tēnei wā. Alright.
Adam Lease, am I correct in thinking that was our thrower there?
Indeed you were. Puts himself ahead of Manaya Christensen at 57.97, and that's also beating his PR of 57.01.
That's what you call a clutch throw there.
Alright.
Once again, these field events not disappointing in the closing stages, where we've seen many changes to the final placings.
2 more throwers left in the senior boys discus. Gerard Ezekiel, last year's winner of the discus, will line up for his final throw.
It's cool to see our Tamahea being able to beat the record of last year, being 53.94, putting it up to almost 60, which is very cool to see. Lost my word.
Lockie Kennedy at the triple jump from St Patrick's College Silverstream, currently 4th with a best of 12.79. Roddy Wilson 12.26, that previous jump from Riley. This is Lockie into the pit. And the tape measure for the triple jump this afternoon. And these jumpers, as Browner mentioned earlier, running into a negative wind.
Jura hitting a 51.37 for his final. I don't know, mate. 51.37 for his final mark there. For 4th place currently, being 56.20.
Our last thrower of the day, Hector O'Rourke from James Hargis College.
Iaia te manako nui ki te mauri taua whiurua. He had the first longest throw here today.
Unfortunately, that will be outside the sector and will be a red flag. So it looks like our final 3 will be Adam Lees taking the win today with a personal best of 57.97. Second for Mania Christensen with a personal best of 56.81. And third for Hector O'Rourke with a throw of 56.36.
Ka mau te wehi tāne mā. Koutou anō tēnei pakangai e whawhai. Good to go back to your coaches and your whānau with these happy placements. Congratulations to Adam Lees for te whainga tuatahi for first place.
Just updating the triple jump, and Zan Bowden, the current leader and defending champion from Rangitoto College. Here he comes.
Getting the clap going.
You bet. This is round 4 and round 3. Look, he's been superb. This is a good set of measures. 14.30, 14.29, 14.59 is best in round 3. Ari Kesharia from Burnside's just pulled out a 13.26, his best. He is second. Connor Gilliland 13.22 in his opening. He was pulled up a little sore after round 2, and he's passed rounds 3 and 4 but remains third.
Look at that start up.
Nice jump there from Zahn. So Zahn will be going from the 13 metre board today. As you can see, the officials pulling out the tape. There are various boards on the runway there. So I'd say a lot of these final 8 will be jumping off the 11 metre board, but Zahn with a personal best over 14 will be jumping from the 13 metre board today. 14.46 for that 4th round attempt. We will go back to the beginning of the order with Conrad Ferndorfler from Mount Hutt College.
And he is the only representative of Mount Hutt here, but flying the flag proudly in the final of the triple jump.
Next up on the track, we will have the junior boys 4x100 metres. Before we move on to some of those mixed relays Tony was speaking about earlier.
The girls 4x100's senior final due to go in just over 10 minutes at 2:30. We actually didn't have a preliminary round. 8 teams though for that final, so we go back to the triple. Michael Statinsky from Auckland Grammar. I can tell you that Conrad von Dorfler has just leapt up to 5th place with his previous jump. So moving from 8th to 5th.
Big personal best there for Conrad as well. Previous best of 11.85. Now sitting at 12.57, so clearly that headwind isn't giving him too much trouble today. Hemi Pichi from Hamilton Boys on the runway for his 5th round attempt.
Hemi with just one recorded distance today, 12.16, good enough for 7th, and he's just having trouble on the runway.
You see a hammer athlete here. Unfortunately into the right side of the cage. I believe that might be one of our senior hammer throwers who finished 2nd in the shot put this morning. Paige, if my memory serves me, Paige Fletcher from St Kentigern College. Paige has a very impressive personal best of 61.44, so
Wow.
very excited to see what Paige can do today.
Roddy Wilson with his 5th triple jump of the afternoon. Currently in 6th position, and steady progress so far today. In fact, good set of consistent results for Roddy so far. We'll see what measure he gets here. In the hammer circle we have both juniors and seniors competing. They started around about 20 minutes ago. 12.52 for Roddy Wilson, so he extends his best today, leaves him in 6th place, but I'm sure he's pleased with a longer distance. And now Lockie Kennedy out of St Patrick's College Silverstream, 13 metres exactly with his previous jump, which is his best to date.
Really great hop step phase there from Lockie Kennedy. Would love to see a little more extension on the jump, but yeah, looking like a very promising distance there for him in this 5th round of the senior boys triple jump.
I do have a little triple jumping experience, but a long time ago, Brianna, but what I tended to find that if I over-hopped, things went very badly.
Yeah, rhythm. It's just so much rhythm that goes into the triple jump.
Tended to become a very short step after a very long hop.
Yes.
Lockie Sorry, Guy. Sorry, just quickly before you go. Lockie Kennedy has just jumped 13 metres exactly again.
That's consistency right there. On the dot, 13.0 twice. Another athlete getting amongst the clap. Ari Kishireya from Burnside High, currently sitting in 2nd place. Plenty of speed down the runway there.
Ari 2nd with 13.26, which was his 4th jump. Connor Gilliland continues to pass, and I suspect we won't see Connor again, unfortunately, but he will be hoping that his 1st round jump will be enough to clinch 3rd place.
Zan Bowden on the runway there from Rangi Toto College, last year's winner in the senior boys triple jump. He's already surpassed the mark he won with last year. I'm sure he'll be hoping to get up closer to the 15 metre mark where his PB sits at 14.97.
Really good consistent series though, Brianna, particularly punching into a headwind.
Yeah, absolutely. He wants the support of the crowd as well, getting the clap going. Ooh, didn't like that one. Back to the track with the 4x100 metre relay finals for the senior Girls, Lane 1, local team, Havelock North High School. Lane 2, St Mary's College, Ponsonby. Lane 3, Whanganui High School. Lane 4, Rangitoto College. Lane 5, Solway College. Lane 6, St Peter's College, Cambridge. Lane 7, Palmerston North Girls High. And Lane 8, Craighead Diocesan School.
So full field of 8. We did have some relay heats on Friday for the senior boys, but not for the senior girls. We have 8 teams straight through to the final as we go back to the triple.
Final jump for Conrad here. Already with a 70 centimetre PB today. Can't ask for much more than that. 72, sorry. A white flag.
I'm sure he'll be getting a note in the final school newsletter of the year down there at Mount Hutt.
Michael Styczynski on the runway there from Auckland Grammar in his final jump of the day. Best jump so far of 12.10.
Big shout out too for the Athletics Live, because that triple jump has been tricky to get results through instantly, but it's working really well this afternoon for us.
Yes.
Our director's saying it's all about the old school measuring tape.
Note to self.
Oh. Okay, looking forward to these senior relay finals.
Oh, Michael flies up into 6th there with a final jump of 12.53. Also a big personal best for him.
To the blocks for the senior girls 4x100 metres. Straight fine. And underway with Havelock North on the inside, St Mary's College in 2, Whanganui High in 3, Rangitoto in 4, Solway College in 5, St Peter's School out of Cambridge in 6, Palmerston North Girls High 7, Craighead Diocesan School out in lane number 8. How did the changeovers go there? Some better than others, but all successful.
Yep, Rangitoto College athlete flying down the back straight there. That's Zan Bowden's sister. I'm sure he was cheering her on from the triple jump. Successful baton changes there at change 2.
Looking to outside lanes to dominate here, but it's in lane number 4, Rangitoto College, who's doing well. Strong out wide is Palmerston North Girls. Closer in lane 2, St Mary's College. Close finish here. Palmerston North getting the upper hand late in the piece over Rangitoto College. Hope that's a sign of things to come. What a great finish.
Great finish by Taylor
Trowell.
Taylor, yes. She's had a very successful weekend as well, and successfully anchor her team home for that gold medal in the senior girls 4x100 metre relay. Kidzo
very for Varkas and Trow given as the names there. We hope that they are accurate. We recognise some of them, of course. Back to the triple.
I think we saw Riley Wilson there on the runway. Final round jump of 12.99 puts him in 5th position. Now Lockie Kennedy from St Patrick's College lining up for his final jump of the day with 2:13.0 jumps in the rounds before this.
Needs to find 22 centimetres for the bronze medal. He's given it his all in his final.
Looks promising. Connor will be sitting on the sideline watching these results, seeing whether his first round jump of 13.22 is going to be enough to hold him in that bronze medal position.
Our 110 metre hurdle winner from earlier in the day would complete a good day. Hope that Connor, that little soreness that he pulled up with in round 2 won't keep him out for long. Let's go to the senior boys. 4 by 100 metre final. We witnessed heats for this on Friday. Team out of Fiji through to the final in lane 1 here. Brianna?
Awesome to have a full team from Fiji progress to the senior boys final. Lane 2 we have Christ College, lane 3 King's College, lane 4 Christchurch Boys High School, lane 5 St Peter's School Cambridge, lane 6 Tauranga Boys College, lane 7 Dilworth School, and lane 8 Te Paipai or Aotea. A lot of these teams will be anchored by some of the boys we've seen in the 100 metre finals. So that'll keep things interesting as they charge down the home straight for their team. Quickly back to the triple jump for Ari's final attempt of the day. Oh, really nice. Great attempt there.
Looks pretty happy
Looks
bouncing
Looks
out of
pretty
the
jazzed
pit.
about that one.
Yeah.
Puts him at 13.54, which is his best today.
Great final attempt for Ari to hold on to that silver medal position. Lockie Kennedy's final jump was 12.22, so Connor will remain in the bronze medal position with his first attempt. And we have one more jump from Zahn Bowden, our winner. Let's see what he can do in his final attempt of the senior boys triple jump.
Oh my te paki. Making that encore there.
Must be a great feeling doing this with the medal in the bag.
Really is, yep. No pressure jump, he can really just let loose here. Looked a little behind the board. He probably knows it.
Back-to-back titles for Zahn Bowden.
Got to be happy with that.
In this 4 by 100 metres from the heats on Friday, Brianna, certainly recall Tauranga Boys College being very impressive in their preliminary round.
Yes, very dominant progression for Tauranga Boys.
However, with St Peter's, Christchurch Boys, King's College, Christ College, this will not come easy. All 8 finalists have earned the right to be here, and of course we have the baton, which is the crucial part of this. The changeovers, saw some practice changeovers happening on the hockey arena at lunchtime.
Yep. Pahi te rako.
Alright,
Pass the baton.
pai tō reo Brianna.
In the blocks, senior boys 4 by 100 metre final. And underway, strong start to Dilworth School out in lane number 7, but Tauranga Boys quickly up on the outside of them to Paipai Aotea. Got the Wills brothers and the Mandingu brothers running for them.
Bit of a stretch for the Tauranga Boys baton change there, but successfully passed on. Our Dilworth High runner going well there. Some successful changes there at the second change bay. Oh no.
And that may have been Tauranga Boys that have dipped out here, which has changed the focus there. Christchurch Boys High School coming in, but out in lane 7, Dilworth School, Christchurch Boys coming, and also St Peter's School out of Cambridge. Oh, that is very close. Dilworth or Christchurch Boys High. Who wants to pick that?
Yeah, looks like a very close finish there. Might have just been Dilworth on the outside. Christchurch Boys, and then I think St Peter's School might have come through the middle for bronze.
All about the dip there for the win. And the judges might be looking at a photo for that. Unfortunately for Tauranga Boys, who look to have control of that race, the Rako going down across the top, and that is the critical thing, unfortunately, but quite a promising 4 by 100 team for Tauranga all the same. Dilworth School by 2/100ths of a second. Nicely picked, Brianna, over Christchurch Boys High. 42.55 to 42.57. And St Peter's 43.13 ahead of Te Paipai Aotea. Confirmation on the board out in front of the stand.
Great graphic of the results there as we see the senior girls going into, no, this is our mixed, sorry, apologies. We've seen the senior girls, our mixed 4 by 100 metre senior relays. So I believe Tony said we have the girls in the first two changes going on to the boys? Yes.
Which isn't what they do internationally, as you're aware. I think they go girl, boy, or woman, man, whichever way you want to say. But here, at secondary school level, the two girls will go first, and a field of 4.
Yes, feels like the safest way to do it, I think, as Tony mentioned. I imagine it would be very daunting having a male sprinter coming into you, so best for at school level to keep it girl, boy. Our team list there for you: Lane 2, Whanganui Collegiate; Lane 3, St Andrews College Christchurch; Lane 4, St Peter's School Cambridge; and Lane 5, Mount Albert Grammar School.
And an opportunity to see Kendra Scully once again here for Mount Albert Grammar. Maddie Early's going to lead off there into Kendra Scully, the 100-200 metre double champion. Brianna and Maddie's been running really well too, so it's a strong opening for Mount Albert.
Yes, really, really well. This is Maddie's first year in the senior ranks, so great to see her stamp her mark as an upcoming junior, and a really impressive team there for Mount Albert Grammar, as you said, passing on to Kendra Scully, and then our two boys from Mount Albert as well, finishing with Benji Fairclough, who was in that senior boys 400 metre final as well.
And a big shout out to all the amazing young athletes who have put on a show for us throughout the 2.5 days as we draw to a conclusion of the 52nd New Zealand Secondary Schools Association, some of them across multiple disciplines, and one of those people, Brianna, Juliet McKinley, we'll see again leading off here for Whanganui Collegiate.
Yes, as mentioned, Juliet is a very promising upcoming heptathlete, and she's been here, there and everywhere this weekend. I'd like to say this is probably her last event, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw her in a 4x4.
Oh boy. I see St Peter's School 2 has Bo Ritchie listed as the second leg runner here. Bo, of course, won the 400 metres earlier. She also ran in the 1500 final. She wasn't able to run up to her best there just off the back of the 400, but she will have hopefully run out a bit of lactic acid nonetheless.
Yes.
Bo's been sharpening up her times on the shorter distances as we get set to take to our blocks. Whanganui Collegiate in lane 2, St Andrews College lane 3, out of Christchurch, St Peter's School out of Cambridge in 4, Mount Albert Grammar School from Auckland in lane number 5. This is a mixed 4x100, the first two runners girls and the second two runners boys. As we lead off, Mount Albert Grammar out wide, led off here by Maddie Early. St Peter's making up some nice ground though with a handover there to Bo Ritchie. What's Bo got left in her legs? There is Kendra Scully down the back straight looking to extend.
Bo looking to have run a really strong leg there despite the metres she has in her legs today.
And a slow handover there out to Mount Albert, which has allowed St Peter's School to come up close as we come up to the final baton change, and it's Mount Albert and St Peter's that are comfortably clear on St Andrews and Whanganui Collegiate, but Mount Albert Grammar and Benji Fairclough, you mentioned, is going to bring it home.
A lot of probably long, slow baton changes there, so I think we'll await the final results for that one to make sure everyone's got the green flag. As I mentioned, a little bit challenging when you've got girls running into boys and just how to stagger that with your takeoff for the change bay.
You mentioned Bo Ritchie down the back straight, and we have to point out that the girl she was chasing was Kendra Scully, the fastest secondary school athlete here, senior girls, 100 and 200 double, and Bo was giving it all.
I thought she did incredibly well to try and hold on to Kendra as well as she could, and definitely helped her team there to get the baton around and hopefully come through in that second place once we've got confirmation of those results.
Yeah, we won't go early on the results here, but we've seen the way that they've finished across the line, and the winning time given is 25.74 for Mount Albert Grammar. These are unofficial. St Peter's School second, St Andrews College third, and Whanganui Collegiate home in fourth place. And out on the track, we now go to junior relays, mixed 4x4. Also a Junior girls 4x4, junior boys 4x4. I think there's a couple of heats there, so it'll be a timed final. And at 10 after 3, which is just on half an hour away, we'll be back to wrap up with 3 consecutive senior relay finals, mixed 4x4, girls 4x4, and the boys 4x4 senior timed, so there must be a couple of heats of those.
Ngā mihi Mark, just bringing our attention to the senior girls hammer throw here. We saw what looked to be a very good attempt from Paige Fletcher. We will await that final result, but as I mentioned, Paige has a very impressive personal best of 61.44. That will shoot her up into first place as we get confirmation there. 57.51 for Paige. Ola Motley from St Andrews College sitting in second at the moment with 52.85, and then Danny Stoles from Mount Maunganui with 50.34.
Michaela Solar was the winner last year out of Hunt Valley High School. Saw Shaka Solar here yesterday as he was casting his eye over the junior and senior boys hammer final. Solar of the Solar Power Academy there in Lower Hutt, that's developing some outstanding throwers across the throwing disciplines. Kai, you've now had a look at the hammer. What are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, hua ki te mātaki. It was a bit hard to follow through with our Pew Mai Tai, the hammer throws. Completely forgot that it was mixed in with the juniors, with the junior girls and the senior girls. I was wondering what's taking these schools so long, but they did show up in the end, and of course Brianna Kotona Kōrero, Paige Fletcher was one to watch out for, and she just showed on her second throw there 57.51, which is amazing to see, as well as our second place being of course Ola Motley. Nui ene momo mahi. It's kind of hard to see exactly how our girls are doing. I was thinking about going out there in person and having a nosy myself.
If you do that, Kai, you be very, very careful. Go around the back.
Go around the back. I'll go all the way around.
That's my hammer advice.
I like it.
I say take the chain off, turn it into a shot put.
Yes, this will be our final field event of the 52nd edition of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Athletics Championships.
Yes.
And just relays left on the track, which is an awesome way for these athletes to round out their secondary schools campaign, being able to do it as a team. And as Tony mentioned, the schools putting out, there's a lot of competition actually in the relay space, who comes out on top.
Becomes quite tribal.
Yes, I think so. But as I said, athletics can be quite an individual sport, so it's fantastic for these athletes to round it out as a team, coming together in their final pursuit here.
Just before we take a break from our broadcast here, we'd just like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. A big thank you to Whakato Māori for bringing us this live stream, free of charge, accessible for all wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. We're also grateful for the support of Bailey's Real Estate, Caltex, Nativa and Apollo Projects. Their sponsorship enables us to share this event with you and your whānau. And finally, we'd like to thank Te Tora Whiri for the valuable mahi they are doing to support Te Reo Māori commentary and development. Ngā mihi nui, your support truly makes a difference. And a big shout out to our Te Reo expert, Kai Short.
Ngā mihi Mark. Ai karero i te hokinga mai i te whānau, mā te wā.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through really tough times. It's a real privilege, but for us, we want to see others get involved in it. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
food is your medicine. If you really want good health, know where your food's coming from.
We wanted our children to grow up in the wilderness. The world needs kids like that.
Māori have always understood the best way to live on this harsh land.
We can hold on to our tikaka, our practices, our traditions, and bring them into this day and age.
Global warming is incredibly serious. We need to cut emissions, but we need to also absorb carbon out of the atmosphere. Growing trees is the only tool we have in the toolbox for taking carbon out of the atmosphere that we can do at scale. Pinus radiata takes carbon out of the atmosphere at about 5 to 10 times the rate of native planting. And so what Nativa are doing is planting the Pinus radiata to absorb the carbon, and then they're transitioning that forest into native forest so that we get the biodiversity benefit.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Get the MāORI Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make MāORI Plus your mate and stream now.
Hey, sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
still running hard. St. Peter's coming through in second place. And a huge cheer for Colorado as they come in here, keeping up the pace. They can take the Middle presentation for the senior boys, 400 metres. This was in the back of the world. The third place is Spears Knowles at a time of 49.29. It's medium long. In second position from Auckland Grammar School at a time of 48.87 is Charles Howell. And receiving the gold medal from Te Pai Volunteer at a time of 48.75 is Daniel McKenna. Medal presentation for the senior boys 400 metres in Canada. Medals presented by MΑORI Green of the Mitre ANZ. In third position, 20 metres college at a time of 1:06.47 is Daniel Flint. Particularly if you finish in the top couple places for the senior events, hopefully you will be named by the selectors in the New Zealand Secondary School team, and that'll be announced as soon as possible after the last event too. Medal presentation for the junior girls 100 metres. Medals presented by Lex River-Lewis. In third place from Takapuna Grammar School at a time of 12.32 is Paige Burrow. In second place from St Peter's School at a time of 12.18 is Maya Tebben. And receiving the gold medal from St Kentigern College at a time of 12.13 is Eden Boyle.
No mai hoki mai. Welcome back into the coverage of session 5 and 5 Rima, day 3 toru of the 52nd New Zealand Secondary Schools Athletics Association Championship. This athletics event, kaiaka, here in Hiratanga, Hastings in the beautiful Hawke's Bay. The weather has been superb for us here at Mitre 10 Stadium. Whare Hakinakina. Mark Rosanoski aho, and with me is Brianna Stevenson, New Zealand heptathlete champion and budding coach of a third place javelin thrower today, Brianna. So much excitement today, watching just a whole lot of good secondary school athletics.
Yeah, some fantastic results on the track and in the field today. As Mark mentioned, very happy coach moment to have my athlete Otis Neely from Auckland Grammar take bronze in the senior boys javelin with a personal best there. Some really fast times in various sprint events today as well. And we're now on to some of our relays, which is an exciting way for the schools to wrap up their secondary school campaign.
And we have seen the senior boys and senior girls 4x100. We do have 3 senior relays still to bring to you, and also out in the field the conclusion of the senior girls hammer throw and the junior girls out there throwing as well. Sure if, yes, you do have an update there, Brianna, so perhaps you could bring us up to date with where they're at after 3 rounds, and the top 8 of course will go through and have another 3 throws.
Yes, so as Mark said, our junior and senior hammer throwers are going together today, but our senior girls results, they'll be reordering them at the moment. Sitting in first at the moment, Paige Fletcher with a second round throw of 57.51. Second, Orla Motley with a throw of 52.85. Danny Stoles third with 50.34. Layla J. Saifiti 42.72. Jessie McGrouther 41.24. Anna Schmidt 37.25. B. Christie 33.25 and Lucy Bohr 32.09. The top 8 in the senior girls hammer throw there.
So that reorder to take place, and then 8 through first and 3 more throws. We'll try and track that for as long as we possibly can. The junior boys, senior boys hammer throw finished very late last evening. Left here about, just trying to think, 6:45. I think they were still going then. So they certainly earned their medals, as have all athletes across this weekend, and we might talk about some of the highlights. Certainly today in the sprints we saw doubles to Kendra Skelly and Dominic Dubé.
Yes, both the senior 100 metre, 200 metre champions taking, yes, the double as you said in the 100 metres and the 200 metres. Very impressive to be able to back that up, given the senior boys especially had 4 rounds in each of those sprints. So Dominic Dubé clearly doing a very good job to maintain his energy over a very busy weekend.
Yes, indeed, and we can't underline enough how that the athletes that have continued to back up in these temperatures have done such an outstanding job.
Yes, they really have. The sunny Hawke's Bay has really put it on this weekend. I think nearing 31 degrees today, possibly. So, yeah, I guess awesome mahi for all of the management team and everybody that gets these athletes here, keeps them rested and hydrated and fueled. As an ex-sports coordinator at Epsom Girls Grammar School, I know it can be quite a handful sometimes, keeping all the athletes sticking to a certain routine so that they can show up and compete well. So, yeah, incredible mahi from all of the people who made today possible for these athletes.
And then across in the middle distance, we had yesterday Sam Ruth in a heat of the 1500 metres, breaking a 36-year-old record set by local Richard Potts, 3:38.62 from memory. Just looking to my notes here, yes indeed. Then backing up today and breaking the 800 metre record, 1:46.81. And Brianna, it's a pretty good record, because it broke Brad Mathis, who of course has continued on to seniors with some stirring battles with James Preston, who broke Sir Peter Snell's 800 metre record. So then Sam had to come out back up in the 1500 and was able to win that from the front as well.
Yes, a bit of a battle through the first couple laps with Caleb Wagner, who we saw take silver in the senior boys 3,000 metres earlier on in the competition, but sure enough, Sam Ruth took a lead in the last 2 laps and cruised through the finish line to take that senior boys 1500 metre title as well.
And he was able to soak up the applause in the straight because he was comfortably clear. Record wasn't on because he'd done that the day before. And so he enjoyed the last 100 metres of his journey today. Got to mention the field athletes as well though, Brianna, because we've had some outstanding competition in the field and a lot of changes in the concluding stages, which we might still see in the senior girls hammer. Mania Christensen yesterday pulling out a shot of 1936, which is an outstanding put. Some way behind the record, but that was because we had an exceptional talent from years ago called Jacko Gill, who of course now is very competitive at world senior level and regularly appears with Tom Walsh at our major meetings. So he was somewhat of a freak, putting beyond 23 metres at secondary school level. But for Mania to put out 1936 yesterday and then come back today and for a while look to have the discus in the bag, I think lost maybe in the last throw or second to last throw.
Yes, so the last round we had seen Mania take the lead in the second to last round, and then sure enough we had Adam Lease from Westlake Boys come through with a clutch throw in that final round with 57.97 to take that gold medal position in the senior boys discus.
And the other competition I remember from the field most vividly, but there have been several, was Isaiah Brown's win in the high jump, the senior boys high jump yesterday, from Invercargill, deep south, from Te Wharekura o Arawhanua. And what was remarkable to me is that I think he knocked down 4 separate heights before he came through for a 196 victory, just showing what is possible.
Yeah, absolutely. It was incredible effort from Isaiah yesterday in the senior boys high jump. Our second place getter Milo had a clean scorecard up until that 196 point where Isaiah went clear, and unfortunately Milo wasn't able to do it. So the boys definitely keeping things interesting for all of the spectators.
And the hammer throw looks to be resuming with our final 3 rounds for the top 8 in the senior girls. Brianna, has there been anything else that we haven't covered off as yet that sticks in your mind across the last 2.5 days? I should probably throw a shout out to Scarlett Robb, who was able to win 3,000 metres on Friday and 1,500 convincingly today.
Yes, so we've had a number of athletes showing promise across a number of events and distances. So as you said, Scarlett Robb there winning the 3,000 metres and the 1,500 metres, if I'm correct there. Also seeing athletes like Mia De Jager, who retained her high jump title, the senior girls high jump yesterday with a jump of 172, to then back up a silver medal in the 200 metres today. And then a very strong 400 metres as well. Asher Robertson being another standout athlete across the board this weekend. Bronze in the senior boys high jump, a gold in the senior boys long jump with an extremely impressive jump over the 7 metre mark, and various hurdles medals as well, I believe.
Yes. I think I counted 1 gold, 1 silver, 3 bronze for Asher.
Yeah, so can't get much better than that, really. So huge congratulations to Asher Robertson for an incredible weekend, and hope to see you in the multi-event space very soon.
Indeed. Drawing to a conclusion by the sounds, the raucous sounds from the stand in the latest of our 4x400 relays. This is the boys junior and timed event there, which means that we have 2 heats for this, and the medals to be handed out to the fastest 3 across the 2 heats. That was heat 1 of 2. Once they are through, we'll take you back to the track for our final events, 3 senior events to finish. The mixed 4x400 metres, the girls 4x400, and we complete the meet with the boys 4x400 metres.
Yes, so still a lot of action on the track here. You can also follow all the results on Athletic Live, where the live results will be coming through. We have a combined competition in the hammer throw of juniors and seniors, and on the Whakaata MāORI live stream, we are just covering the senior athletes this weekend, which is why we haven't necessarily given you updates on the hammer, but I believe we'll be moving into the 4th round of the senior girls hammer throw now. Also on the podium we have the Discus results there. Manaya claiming his silver medal, a big highlight of today's competition. We also have Hector O'Rourke from James Hargest College in bronze, and our winner Adam Lease from Westlake Boys with a throw of 57.97.
And as you mentioned earlier, Brianna, a clutch throw.
Clutch throw, that's what you call a final round to slingshot you up into that gold medal position, or even just up into the medals.
And we should have Lucy Boer, who's 8th placed in the senior, just having her 4th round throw. Lucy with a best to date of 32.09. She's had 3 consistent throws to date.
Personal best in the first round there for Lucy. Lucy's a local athlete from Woodford House in Havelock North here in Hawke's Bay.
Certainly one I had to look up, Brianna. In fact, I had got an embarrassing list of ones I had to look up, but it's good for the geography knowledge.
It definitely is. I feel like some of our high schools here in Hawke's Bay, it's kind of if you know, you know, with some of their school names. Bea Christie's just stepped into the circle from James Hargest College.
33.25 her best so far, which was her 2nd round throw.
I could be wrong here, but I believe I've seen Bea in some of the multi-events previously, so a multi-talented athlete at some of the New Zealand Combined Events Championships over the years.
And great to try a whole variety of events, particularly at the age that we are viewing here, and from your own experience. You said yesterday, I think, who would have thought me, a 100-metre hurdle champion at the senior nationals?
Yes, absolutely. It's so great for these young athletes to try, a diverse number of events, and so they decide to specialise. They do that after the age of 18.
Anna Schmidt with her 4th round throw, another local athlete out of Havelock North High School, 37.25, her best in round 3. Bea Christie produced a best today of 33.87 in round number 4, so on the up is Bea, and we await Anna's distance. Given they're down the far end there, we have sometimes had difficulty updating quickly across the weekend, but at the moment things working nicely for us.
37.43 for Anna Schmidt there, so a small improvement on her round 3 throw. We will have Jessie McGrowther from Otago Girls High School stepping into the circle now for her 4th attempt. Personal best of 52.16, so Jessie will be hoping for a little bit more in this 4th round.
So 3 more opportunities for her.
White flag goes up for Jessie.
Currently, to force her way into 3rd place, she would need to better 50.34 from Dennis Stoles out of Mount Maunganui. As Brianna mentioned, from a personal best perspective, she does have that ability if she can catch it right.
Yes, absolutely. In the background you'll also see a few runners going around. So that is our junior boys 4x400 metre relay, the 2nd of 2 heats. Stepping into the circle as well, we see Layla J. Saifiti from Avondale College.
Into the netting on this occasion, Jessie McGrowther did improve with her 4th round throw, 42.15, adding just under a metre to what she had done today, looking for more to force her way into medal contention. The top 3 are about to complete their 4th round, starting with Dana Stoles from Mount Maunganui.
Danny Stoles in the circle now from Mount Maunganui College, 50.34 for her first attempt. Fourth round throw coming, looks good. Possibly a little high, but white flag. We'll see how that measures up.
Straight down the middle.
Yes, so you definitely like to see a throw implement go down the middle of the sector. The implement will travel where your hips are going, and yes, clearly Danny has got her hips going down the middle of the sector, which is what we like to see.
Orla Motley from St Andrews College is currently lying in second. She just has the one registered mark, but it was a good one, 52.85. Just a little below her PB, but in the region, 2 fouls either side of that. Danny Stoles credited with a 50.21, so she's posted 3 above 50 metres today.
Great speed on that one, possibly a little high, but a white flag nonetheless.
Brianna, I wonder what it feels like the first time that you spin with a hammer in your hands. There has to be a first time for everyone.
Gosh, yeah, it's a beautiful event, but beautifully terrifying, if I do say so myself.
Is there a safe way to start?
I guess there has to be, right?
Don't try it in your backyard. Orla Motley, 52.05, 80 centimetres below her best throw of 52.85, but a second recorded measure. And Paige Fletcher now from St Kitgan, our leader going into round 4.
Just releasing a little early there and sending it into the cage. 2 more rounds for Paige to try and get up near her best over 60 metres. That'll mean we will move on to the junior girls, 5th round.
In the meantime, looking forward to the mixed 4x400 metres senior relay, and about 8 minutes behind start time, be about 10 minutes perhaps by the time we do get underway here as the juniors complete. And we have Te Paipai Tia in lane number 1, St Peter's School, Cambridge in 2, Roncalli College out of Timaru in lane 3, and Cashmere High School out of Christchurch in lane number 5. So lanes 1, 2, 3 and 5 being used here. And I see Bo Ritchie down to run another 400 metres today after taking the senior title earlier.
Huge day for Bo, getting called up to the relay as well. I wonder if we'll see her in the girls after this. Surely not. No, not on that team list, which I'm sure she will be a bit relieved about. So the first of our streamed 4x400 metre races. For those unfamiliar with the 4x400 metre, each athlete will obviously run a lap of the track, 400 metres, and they will cut into the lane 1 at the 500 metre mark. So the first runner will do a full lap staying in their lane, then the second runner will cut in after 100 metres on that back straight. Looks like we've had Te Paipai o Aotea scratching from this race here in the mixed 4x4, so all going well, we should have gold, silver and bronze for our competitors here.
All about completing with the baton, the Rico.
Yes.
So we're underway in the mixed 4x400 metre mixed seniors. And down to 3 with Cashmere High School out in lane 5. Roncalli College and St Peter's School out of Cambridge. Strong opening here from Roncalli.
Strong start from the Roncalli athlete in lane 3. Noticed our athlete on the outside look to his side. Just wondering how he's found this extra gear, the Roncalli College athlete.
And of course they're running first 400 metres in the stagger, and then they come across and then use the inside of the track for the remainder. Roncalli lead out. Into second come St Peter's and Cashmere High, and handing over here. So for the 4x400, not quite the same steam at the crossover, so we are going boy girl.
Yes, so our second athletes, the senior girls, have the baton, the rako at the moment. You'll notice our athletes cut in now. The yellow cones there, you can see they're cutting in on the back straight into lane 1. Roncalli still in the lead.
Team of Dawson, Dickerson, Wheeler and Frisbee. For St Peter's, Scott Shawshanks, I should say, and Lowther and Ritchie, and Cashmere, DeMonchi, Gordon, DeMonchi and Gordon.
Coming on to the home straight, where they will pass on to their third runner. Once the athletes go past the 200 metre mark, the officials will order our next running athletes depending on what order they are in. So Roncalli taking the baton first there in lane 1, St Peter's there in lane 2, and then Cashmere in lane 3, which they can then go into lane 1 for the remainder of the race.
And Roncalli maintaining a significant advantage over their two rivals. The college out of Timaru in South Canterbury. This would be a tremendous achievement if they can take this out. Of course, St Peter's do have the 400 metre senior girls champion to bring it home, but that gap has got enormous, Browner.
Yes, Roncalli have really started to stretch away. Cashmere has taken over from St Peter's there as well, so Bo will be watching patiently, waiting for the baton to get to her for this final lap of the mixed 4x4.
And we saw her run an outstanding leg in the 4x1 earlier, off the back of her 400 metres and 1500 metre finals. But Roncalli College, Dawson, Dickerson, Wheeler and Frisbee with a big lead. Just hope there's no sweaty palms with the baton.
Yes, as we can see, Bo Ritchie has already taken over from the Cashmere athlete, and she is making ground on our Roncalli leader. How much does she have left in those legs for this final event of the day for Bo Ritchie?
So Roncalli have led and had a big lead for most of this, but Bo Ritchie is running an extraordinary final leg and is about to take over for St Peter's School out of Cambridge.
An incredible run from Bo Ritchie there, giving me goosebumps. Such a fantastic way to finish her secondary school campaign for the St Peter's 4x4 mixed relay team.
Roncalli College should be very pleased with their effort, and Cashmere too. Yes, indeed, getting a reminder of Femke Bol and the World Champs for the Netherlands, the incomparable Femke Bol. Bo Ritchie, what a way to finish her meeting after an enormous day of competition for her. A second relay off the back of winning the 400 metres over Phoebe Laker, and also competing in the 1500 metre final just off the back of the 400.
Yes, I feel like today in particular for Bo Ritchie was a very big high demand day. So yes, huge congratulations to Bo there on what has been a very impressive weekend.
Time for St Peter's School, 3:54.73. Congratulations to all three teams as we move to the girls 4x400, senior girls 4x4. And we've got a field of 7. Looks like lane 3 will be vacant here, Brianna.
Yes. Also, shout out to Napier Girls High School, as I've mentioned a few times, where I did my high schooling here in Hawke's Bay, Ahuriri, Napier. They will go from lane 7.
Wellington Girls College in lane 1, Diocesan School for Girls in lane 2, St Peter's School out of Cambridge looking to add another title here, Palmerston North in lane 5, Villa Maria College out of Christchurch in 6, Napier Girls in 7, and Wellington Girls College listed as a B lineup or a second lineup out in lane number 8.
Really great for Wellington Girls to have 2 teams here in the senior girls 4x400 metres.
Does take time, commitment, effort to get the relay teams together. Bit of practice, obviously, so congratulations to them and indeed to their coaches and those that have helped these athletes be here today and put on the relays for us to wrap up this meeting.
So just one heat here, or a straight final for the girls 4x400 metre relay. Coming up next after this will be the 4x400 metre relay for the senior boys, where it'll be a timed final and we'll have 2 heats for that race.
Just to ramp up the excitement and anticipation for the last event of the 52nd running of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Association. And if you're missing Kai, don't worry. Pukaiho Short is still with us and will be with us for the closing mihi as we draw the curtain down on this 2.5 days of competition, live streaming here on Whakata MāORI.
Very dynamic weekend of learning for all of us here, including Kai, learning a lot about athletics over the last couple days.
Probably looking to squeeze a javelin into his boot on the way home.
Senior girls going into their blocks now for the final of the 4x400 metre relay.
And underway, Wellington Girls College A team off the inside, Juju Moorhead leading off there. In fact, she's the only runner we've got listed. We do have other runners listed. We hope that they are accurate, but certainly if you're at home, you might be looking to follow your team and your whānau. I think it's Villa Maria College that have opened up strongly in lane 6.
Emily Cohen in lane 2 for Diocesan School for Girls as well, going strong. We've seen her over the 100 and 200 metre distances this weekend. Clearly been roped into a 4x4.
So they come around into the front straight, and it's actually lane 5, Palmerston North Girls. My apologies, that is leading this. Villa Maria College are prominent. They're currently lying in second. Diocesan School for Girls out of Hamilton coming through there in lane number 2. First handover. Not quite as much pressure on the baton change in the 4x4 as the 4x1.
No, not so much. You just do a bit of a roll-on change there. Obviously, the athletes tend to have a little less speed coming into you as in the 4x100.
Diocesan School for Girls coming through to the lead. Sorry, Brianna.
No problem. You'll see there the athletes cutting into lane 1 on that second lap.
And the Diocesan team, Cowan, Haynes, Worrell and McManus.
Coming through onto the home straight there. Diocesan Girls still with the lead, although Villa Maria creeping up on her shoulder there.
And it'll be very close at the changeover. See if we get our updates after our second change. Villa Maria just narrowly in front. They've gone through the halfway point, 2:03.88 from Palmerston North Girls, very close obviously to them.
I think we'll see Taylor Trow there, if I'm correct in thinking she has the third leg of the 4x4 for Palmerston North girls.
Dysart School for Girls are through in third at the halfway point. But Villa Maria stretching out to a handy lead over Palmerston North, and Diocesan School for Girls closing strongly there. They've come away from the remainder of the opposition at this point.
Villa Maria with the lead there, followed by Palmerston North Girls and Diocesan. Really strong last 100 from our Palmerston North Girls athlete there. Passing over to our final runners of the 4x400 metre relay for the senior girls. This will be the last time we see these senior girls on the track today.
Palmerston North, Villa Maria tussling at the top, 300 metres side by side. This is competition.
Stride for stride, going down the back straight there.
And of course Palmerston North with the inside, if she can maintain the advantage into this bend, which she has been able to do. She fought off the challenge from the Villa Maria athlete.
Pulling away a little bit there, although the race is not over yet as they come on to the final 100 metres of this 4x400 metre relay.
Villa Maria were victorious last year, currently lying second.
We've also got Hannah McNamara in third, trying to pass our Villa Maria athlete from Diocesan Girls School there too.
But a victory to Palmerston North over Villa Maria and Diocesan School for Girls. The Palmerston North team, Kadzo Favakis, Trow and Emma Very bringing them home.
Still waiting confirmation, but looks like fourth for Napier Girls High School there.
Winning time listed as 4:05.26 for Palmerston North Girls High. Wellington Girls 5th, St Peter's School 6th, and Wellington Girls College, the second team to finish. And then the final event, but there are two heats, so it's a timed final, just to add a little more intrigue, 4x400 metre relay.
So this heat, we have Lane 2, Auckland Grammar School, Lane 3, Christchurch Boys High, Lane 4, Mount Albert Grammar, Lane 5, a second Auckland Grammar School, Lane 6, St Peter's College, Cambridge, Lane 7, Tauranga Boys College, and Lane 8, Te Paipai or Aotea.
And in the Senior Girls Hammer Throw through 5 rounds, Paige Fletcher continues to lead, 57.89, has extended her lead by a fraction there in round 5 over Orla Motley, 52.85 second, and Danny Stoles is currently lying third ahead of Jessie McGrowther.
Four by 400 is one of those really interesting relays because you see sprinters stepping up a distance, but then you see some of your more middle to long distance runners stepping down a distance. You may have seen Caleb Wagner in the screen there, who was in the 3K and the 1500 metres this weekend. 2 silvers for Caleb. So as I said, some athletes stepping down in distance and others stepping up.
And I see in the Tauranga Boys College lineup we have Sam Ruth, victorious in the 800 1500, both with record marks, and also George Wiley, winner of the 3000 metres and this morning the road race. So a bit of a warm down for George.
Yes, so given these are 2 timed finals, the boys will want to give it absolutely everything. So even if they are in the top 3 positions of this first heat, it'll depend on how the second heat goes as well.
So 2 heats of the same event, medals decided on time. Looking forward to our action in the 4x400 senior boys. Still a great buzz out there.
Yes, still a lot of excitement there. I believe, as Tony has mentioned a few times, they will be selecting a paper team for the New Zealand secondary schools. So I'm sure the selectors will be looking at all the results from the weekend now and trying to get that team out to everybody this afternoon.
Also the presentation of the HMS Conway Memorial Cup coming as well. It's going to be awarded to the leading male and female athlete at the Secondary Schools Championships. Quite an impressive looking trophy too. It's got quite a nautical background from the other side of the world, Brad. It's worth a read. But that trophy to be awarded to the leading male and female athletes of this meeting as they go to the blocks here for heat 1 of 2. Auckland Grammar in lane 2, Christchurch Boys in lane 3. It's an A side, Mount Albert Grammar, Auckland Grammar, St Peter's School, Tauranga Boys and Te Paepae o Aotearoa, as mentioned by Brianna, and I'd imagine feels like perhaps this is a seeded event.
Yes, that might be the case, so we should expect our fastest times to come out of this first heat. However, never say never for our second heat of the timed finals in the 4x400 metre senior boys relay.
Te Paepae o Aotearoa. The outside we'll see the Mandingu brothers and the Wills brothers once again teaming up for this, as I think they did in the 4x400. Coming through in lane 5, Auckland Grammar. Thompson, Wagner, Howlett, and we've only got 3 there, but I'm sure they've got a 4th runner.
Passing over, we see Luke Thompson pass to Caleb Wagner, so one of the Grammar 100 metre sprinters passing to our 1500 metre runner there from Auckland Grammar. We also have St Peter's on his shoulder on the outside there. They'll cut in here, as you see, on the back straight. Caleb Wagner stretching away those long legs, trying to make up some distance, although our St Peter's athlete taking the lead with final 150 metres to go.
So this is leg 2 of the 4x4. We know Caleb's got strength and he's hanging on desperately here into the straight, and he's going to launch again.
There we go. See the endurance in Caleb coming out in this 4x4, although our St Peter's athlete goes again. Successful baton change to our 3rd runners,
which I think is Christchurch Boys. St Peter's School halfway through, 141.99.
Auckland Grammar has taken the lead again from St Peter's. I believe the runner being Harrison Day from Auckland Grammar. No. Apologies, we don't have the full team list there, but Auckland Grammar with the lead nonetheless, followed by St Peter's College. And our 3rd place
Christchurch
team,
Boys, I think.
We'll be passing on to our final runner, Charles Howlett, who we saw in the senior boys 400 metres, finishing silver there. He'll be hoping to add a gold medal to that weekend collection with a strong lead.
Extraordinary athleticism for these runners at the end of a long meeting to be able to produce over the 400. We've talked about it as being one of the toughest disciplines on the track, and here they are having to finish it off for their team.
We can see Sam Ruth in the back of the screen there in 4th, flying down, trying to catch up, but Charles Howlett will hold this lead and take the first heat win for Auckland Grammar Boys, closely followed by St Peter's College, I believe, Christchurch Boys, and then Sam Ruth for Tauranga Boys.
And we'll confirm times all important very shortly before we close with our second heat.
The boys will still wait for confirmation and any protests that might occur in the relay, and as we said, we'll have a second heat going as well for the 4x4.
Auckland Grammar credited with 3:21.45, the only time that has popped up to date.
Looks like they also won that title last year with a time of 3:25.50, so faster than last year's efforts. Credit to the Grammar boys there.
St. Peter's popping up now with 3:25.48, and Christchurch boys third, 3:25.78.
On your screen you will see the lane draw for Heat 2 of this 4x400 metre relay, our final event of the day on the track. Lane 2 Christchurch boys, lane 3 another Auckland Grammar school, lane 4 Christ's College, lane 5 Wellington College, lane 6 St Andrews College Christchurch, and lane 7 Westlake Boys High School.
So we now know the times to beat for this second lot of teams about to run the 4x400 metres. Of course, we do have a senior girls hammer, which we will update for you on the other side of this race. We must be close to completion.
Yes, looks like we're on our final round of the senior girls hammer throw. Anna Schmidt from Havelock North High stepping into the circle here for her final throw of the day.
Paige Fletcher still leading there from Orla Motley and Danny Stoles. Jessie McGrath are currently in fourth.
Just speaking about the Hims Conway Memorial Cup that is gifted to 2 athletes for their incredible results this weekend. I'm trying to find any previous winners. I think I may have my name on this cup from 2015.
Whoa.
It was like an all-round. I think I got some kind of all-round athlete award. Whether that's the same thing, I'm not sure, but...
Well, I think it's probably a continuation of the same, so it's the first time that this trophy in itself has been presented, but for the same award, I would say, effectively. And you can read about it probably online, actually, the HMS Conway Memorial Cup. It's been donated by the McNabb family. Alec McNabb, well known from Whanganui Collegiate. He was a cadet from 1963 to 1967 across the other side of the world in the Royal Navy. So,
final track race of the day, going to their blocks.
Christchurch Boys High School, Auckland Grammar, Christ College, Wellington College, St Andrews College, Westlake Boys. And underway. Good lead out from Westlake Boys.
Running a little blind at the front there, although a very strong 200 for our Westlake and St Andrews College runners there.
Opening up a decent gap early in the second of 2 timed finals. Westlake Boys turn first from St Andrews. Wellington College looking to close in on them. Westlake, Ferguson, Everett, Mosiani and Whiteman. St Andrews, Suter, Rule, Hardy and Walsh. Wellington College, Macbeth, Hopfler, Gray and Joe Martin will bring them home.
Really strong run here from the second runner of the St Andrews College team, I believe, cutting in now, followed by Westlake and our C team of Auckland Grammar there.
Pretty good getting 3 teams together.
Very good. I might have put us wrong there with that third team, but nonetheless, yes, 3 teams for Auckland Grammar. Very impressive effort.
Just awaiting a live update for us, but St Andrews and Westlake.
Apologies, and yeah, that's Wellington College there in third place position, passing on to their third runner here. St Andrews College still leading there, closely followed by Westlake Boys and Wellington College. As I said, 2 timed finals here, so these boys will be wanting to run as fast as they possibly can to put themselves in the best position to climb the ranks of the other heat.
And George Gray there for Wellington College, looking to get as close as he can to the leaders here for Joe Martin to bring it home, who's a very quick 800 metre runner, who we saw race with Sam Ruth earlier today in that record run 800 metres.
Great run coming here from George Gray, who we saw get silver in the boys' javelin this morning. One final lap of the 52nd edition of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Athletics Championships.
St Andrews lead, Wellington College. Joe Martin, though, looking strong and probably just looking to run off the back for now. And down the back straight, he'll ease to the outside and look to use his strength to bring this heat home. It's all about times, though, in terms of the medal distribution.
Joe Martin's been super impressive this weekend across the board, and a great 400 metre effort here from him coming on to the home straight for his Wellington College team.
Looking at the time, though, the medals will go as we suspected to the first heat, but nonetheless great effort here from Wellington College. St Andrews across second and Westlake in third. Near the voice of Tony Rogers, the president of the New Zealand Secondary Schools Association and fellow member of our commentary team, looking to draw this to a close, but also they will be announcing, as you mentioned earlier, a New Zealand Secondary Schools team, announcing also the winners of the HMS Conway Memorial Cup. And back at the hammer throw, Brianna, do we have any changes there? Because some of these field events have been right down to the wire.
No, it looks like these positions were all pretty set from the second round of the day. Paige Fletcher on your screen there, just finishing her final throw, ticking over that 60 metre mark, which she appears to be very happy about. 60.49 for the win there for Paige. Very close to her personal best, so she'll take a lot of confidence with that result going into the New Zealand domestic season.
And there we can see Alec McNabb, who's about to award the HMS Conway Memorial Cup, and Kendra Scully will receive it for the girls and Sam Ruth for the boys.
Undisputed winners there, I think. Very dominant weekend from these two young athletes who we will see around a lot on the New Zealand circuit coming this summer.
Sprint double for Kendra Scully in the 100 and 200 metres. And for Sam Ruth, record runs in both the 800 and 1500.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe these two athletes have another year of school.
Certainly Sam does.
Sam definitely does. I think Kendra might have another year of school as well, so incredible results there from these two senior athletes dominating their track events this weekend.
Congratulations to them both, and indeed to all of the athletes across the weekend, those who have medalled, those who have produced personal best, for those who to make it here was their ambition, and to have competed here in Hiratunga Hastings at Mitre 10 Park. And that intense heat, but certainly the weather's been really pleasant and has enabled some top performances across the board, some record performances from some of our outstanding athletes throughout the schools of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Shout out to our cameraman Dan Scott and Chris Kiley. 2 cameras have brought you all of this coverage, which is outstanding work. Director Ben Rogers giving me the wrap signal, and thank you to Ben for sitting here in this sweaty cabin. Great cabin though, from Just Cabins, here this afternoon and across the 2.5 days. My personal thanks to Kirsten Hellier as our throws expert. Kirsten joining us on days 1 and 2, to Brianna Stevenson, our multi-faceted discipline, for all of your knowledge and insight. Brianna, thank you. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. We've certainly enjoyed having your analysis and expertise across a wide range of disciplines.
Yes, my absolute pleasure being here with the team this weekend, especially here in Hawke's Bay, my home, seeing some of the incredible talent that is coming through. And yes, a big thank you to Kai and Mark for guiding me through what has been my first commentary gig. And yes, also to Kirsten and Tony as well for their incredible insights this weekend.
And hopefully won't be your last, Brianna. And to Paikoho, Short, Kai, just so good to have you as our te reo expert across these 2.5 days. I've learned very much from you. I know you've enjoyed learning about kayaka athletics, but nonetheless, personal thanks from me to you for your guidance across te reo. I hope others have learnt as much as I have, and your opportunity, your privilege to close this broadcast.
Ai, me mihi ka tika kia koutou katoa, ko whakatau mai nei ki au mo tēnei o ngā kaupapa whakahirahira o tēnei wikina roa nei, ko tēnei mea te kaiaka, arā tēnei wikina a tāhua rawa atu te mātaki, te ako tonu i ngā mea katoa e hāngai ana ki tēnei ao, tēnei ao Mārika. Me mihi ka tika hoki ki a rātou ngā kai whakataitai, ngā kai whakahaere o tēnei o ngā kaupapa whakahirahira, tēnā rawa koutou katoa, ko pōkai haushō tēnei, arā ko mutu katoa ngā mahi o tēnei wikina. Mā te wā.